Hello, Commons. It's me, Little Cat, and it's Immortal Part 1. Happy Ramadan to everybody who is, a Muslim, and other people who are not Muslim that happen to know Muslim people who have to fast during the season, or people who are trying this out. Good luck, God bless. Make sure you drink a lot of water before the morning comes. In session 26, half the gang finally go into Rock Hollow, leaving Wendigo and Farid outside in their snow burrows. Gunlug finds the Miloshes easily thanks to the eagerness of their teenage son Teg, and spend the day fixing various things with Valerius where they can. Assisting the people living there is a lot of fun, I guess, considering the people there have not had any new people come in. I mean, who would come here, right? Valerius happened to make friends with an Apila Ground soldier, and they bond over another mutual friend. Morgana entertains the children and unwittingly sparks a minor rivalry with Sobesh with her popularity. A little bit of candy goes a long way. Busk spends the time crafting her tools and sees a sickly Minim and has her heartstrings pulled a little bit. The sun eventually slowly rises, waking all who are in the shared donut ship building gently. As you all stir, you see Helena waiting for you. Slowly, she comes up to the first of you to awaken. She looks determined, but there's a tinge of guilt on her face. We're ready to leave anytime. Once in the city, we'll try and make our way. I think we can do it on our own. We cannot pay, and we cannot apologize for the actions Iral has taken, but I appreciate her help. She says, "Who is awake?"
Valerius will probably be first one up, probably close to Gunlog.
I should be awake.
Oh yeah, right. Never mind. I forgot you, Elf.
Mm-hmm.
Morgana is definitely awake.
4 hours ahead of schedule.
I mean, does it wake us? Because Gunlag would not be awake, but
Yeah.
would she be woken by this?
Does
Okay.
Morgana get woken by the vicinity of poor people?
Whoa!
Wow.
Shade.
Oh,
That's painful. That is painful.
yeah.
Um,
Suddenly. Oh,
she looks at you again, and she looks at Gunlug. She's like, I apologize for waking you. I couldn't wait any longer. My son Teg, he's very excited.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's good. I'm glad to hear you coming, and don't worry about payment. Let's just say Iral is providing us a favor for getting you guys out.
She looks mildly relieved, and then she looks back to her family, who her husband is having a conversation with the two elders of this little village. She looks at you again and she goes, we don't have much breakfast here. We tend to just. She points to the cauldron that is now hanging gently over the fire, a little bit higher so that it doesn't burn.
Mm.
We just eat from that pot.
Oh, that's okay. We have food. Don't
yeah.
worry about it. Don't take it from the rest of the people right now. We will set you up.
I'm sure they appreciate it. What do you need us to carry with you? We don't have the warmest clothes.
We have clothes.
She breathes a very curt sigh of relief, knowing that hopefully her children, you think, will make it through whatever this adventure is going to be.
We
Make me an
intend for
insight check.
all of you to make it through, okay?
Okay, make me an insight check.
Yeah.
All of us?
Anybody who
11.
cares. 11.
It's a bit early in the morning, okay?
That's fine. That's fine. Who else wants to
I, I,
make an
sh-
insight check can make an insight.
I
You're
shall
all looking at her.
roll.
It's fine.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, one sec. My character sheet not
Oh,
loading.
everybody's sleepy.
It's very sleepy. Okay, still rubbing
Slimpy.
sleep out of
Oh,
my
okay.
eyes.
Valerius is not Slimpy.
I
Valerius,
am not sleepy. Yes.
with your years of being trained as a scout, you know that you know of the immediacy of being awake and alert.
Mm.
You look at her face and you realize that it's no longer uh, uh, this fearfulness of going out into the unknown. It's more a fear for her children, even though she hears word that all of you have clothes for them. Um, you see her look back, especially towards her young daughter, who is very small for her age. And you think that's where her worry primarily stems from.
I will set a reassuring hand on her shoulder and say, "Don't worry. We'll make sure everyone makes it there in one piece."
She nods. How? When are we leaving?
I'll turn to Gunlog.
Well, if you guys are ready to go, I don't see any reason to stay for
Sure,
much
just
longer. I did promise to see if I could help some of the people here first. So just let me just get up, okay? Yeah. Um, like 2 hours, hey?
She nods. We'll be ready. And then she
Cool.
goes back to her family. Wendigo, the morning has come. You are, I wouldn't say awakened. You naturally wake up when it's time. But next to you is the sound of Floaty fussing about something. Uh um okay, so I'm supposed to give you updates, but I haven't gotten any updates. So do you want me to send an update?
Hmm. From what Wendigo can sense, is Farid asleep or still or awake?
Farid is very, very awake. You don't see him inside the burrow, but you do see footprints going outside.
Wendigo will just ignore Floaty for now and follow the footprints out.
Floaty. Wait, I don't know what answer. Oh, okay.
oh
Floaty's
boy.
hovering behind you, keeping silent. You see Farid outside. He has built some sort of enclosed fire pit. You don't see any smoke coming out of it, but what you do see is embers. Surrounding that fire is little rocks you think to contain the fire. He acknowledges that you're awake, and then he moves his chin to the direction of the town as a way to ask, "What do we do now?"
Wendigo will look to Floaty and contact.
Um, oh, okay. Oh, hey, sir. Valerius, you hear the sharp ping in your device.
Okay, Valerius is gonna very quickly like put on his safety helmet with headsets and immediately walk out the door like, "Oh, I got things to do. I gotta go fix stuff." So he's very gonna quickly power walk to the door, open it, return back to, oh shit, whose house was
Are
this
you
that
are you asking anybody for help to open the door, or are you doing it yourself?
I'm gonna like gesture towards the door. It's like, "Can someone get the door for me, or help me get the door?"
There's a few yawns, sort of next to you, and then
Ah,
the people there are like, we could, yep. We're gonna need help because I don't think the guards are gonna, yeah. And he ushers you towards one of the handles, and with a count of three, all of you heave. Make me a strength. Make me a simple athletics check
athletics check
to
minus
see to
two.
see how far. Okay, 9. It takes you a few tries. With all of them because they're also not the fittest people. Um, and
Oh my
it does take
god.
you a while.
Here, good luck will come help as well. And complain the whole time because she's only just woken up.
Make a make a athletics check.
Advantage because technically helping.
I'm sure, sure. You've wang jangled it enough for it to become loose from the snow and the ice.
All right, come on, good luck. Please help.
Okay,
20.
Oh, thank
20,
God.
20. Um,
Drunk.
it does alleviate the burden now that there's four of you. And remember, uh, the night before when they closed the door, there was two outside and two inside in concerted
Mm.
effort. You finally open the door and you see the guards outside, sort of packing their stuff. Ilana looks at
Oh,
you. Oh, you're awake. Are you taking us up on the offer?
Valerius looks over, a bit surprised that they already packed. What? What? Wait, hold on. This
Who
has to
said
be like early
Blaze?
morning,
What
right?
offer?
Yeah,
This
it's
time?
Thankfully,
it's about
Wait, this is the
7.
off. This is the offer that they asked us about.
You
That
haven't
Okay,
remember?
told
here.
No, no,
anyone
no,
else
no,
about that,
no,
I
no, no,
think.
no, 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 no. We had this discussion when they came in and they offered to escort us to the Apelia Grounds place. Remember?
I don't think so. I think this happened when you were
No,
fixing the door.
you were out
No.
talking to that lady by yourself and she gave you the offer.
Yep.
Wait,
And
hold
you
Yep.
on.
didn't
Was
tell
it?
the party. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I legit don't recall it was that. I think it
Yeah.
was when we arrived in the town.
No, no,
Was
no.
it not?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
This was after
Okay.
she got to know
You
you
get a,
and
you, Good
after
doesn't
she
say
found out.
anything, but she gives you a look that says, "What fucking offer?"
Okay. Okay. If that was the case, then I'm sorry. Would have told you guys before the night concluded. Then okay. Can we just retcon that for a minute? Because I
Sure.
stupid. I forgot that this was
Sure.
outside and not inside.
We'll do a big rewind before you guys
Big
go to
re-
sleep.
and I'll tell them of the offer if they want. If you want to take them up on it.
Well, no, because that was just an excuse.
All right. Obviously no. All right. So I'll greet Alana. Good morning. I need to collect my thoughts from that. I became stupid for a second. It's like, uh, I'll apologize. Say it's like, unfortunately, we're gonna have to pass on that. We made some friends overnight, and they asked us whether if we could help them out with something. So we go in a different direction for now, anyway.
That's fine. They're very underdressed.
Don't worry, we have enough spares to make it by.
That's good. We can't spare much. If
You guys heading
need it.
out?
Yeah. We've actually packed our stuff. We've just got to go say goodbye to the people inside.
Well, we've opened the door, and I'll like awkwardly like show the door open behind us. If you want to go in,
We will. And then she and her other person sort of goes in, and you see them strike up a conversation with Tefford.
oh, before she actually goes, I'll just grab Alana real quick and just tell her to give my regards to Luke, and then meander off out of earshot.
She goes, yeah, sure. Should I tell him when you're arriving?
Valerius looks at the sky, then looks back at his notes. A couple days from now should be fine.
Couple of days. Are you sure? It's gonna take at least a week to get to the Pila grounds.
Val- Valerius does the woman using calculations meme, like, yeah, make it a week and a couple of days.
I thought so. Just in case. Who is the the wayfinder of your group? Maybe I should give some pointers since you're not traveling with us.
I'm gonna share a look with Gunlog.
You said you walked out of airshot.
Oh no, this is before I walk out of earshot when I grabbed her, like as they're heading
Oh,
in.
okay, okay, okay. I'm not sure. Oh, I suppose one of the wayfinders because I have high wisdom and no one else does.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna point to Gunlog. Yeah, she's been the one leading us thus far.
You see Ilana take out a map just of this region, you think, and she unfurls it. And she puts it on the snow because there's no other place to put it. And she starts pointing. You're over here. And if I'm not mistaken, You have to get to the Apilla grounds. Are you going anywhere else?
Not really.
Right. So out of character, if you look at the map, it is very, very far. Like a week.
Okay.
Maybe even
Okay.
more. And you're going back to the city of Roar,
We're going back to the city,
possibly.
which is like another
So,
week.
so you're looking at possibly you
And I'm
know.
just like nodding along while I'm like side eyeing like Valerius, like, what the fuck are you? What are you telling this person? This makes no sense.
You see from the map that it's gonna take you, well, maybe 2 weeks unless you have something to help. Anyway, I'm sure you have some way of contacting Luke. And if anything goes wrong, you can just let him know and we'll come get you somehow.
Valerius nods and gives her a thumbs up. Clearly, with the knowledge in mind that he does not have a way of contacting Luke.
She I'm gonna make an inside check for her.
Can I roll a charisma check, maybe?
You can try. Deception check. Let's go.
This is not gonna end well. Okay, lah, it's not
Oh
too
yeah,
bad, lah. At least it's higher.
she she sees you sort of try and wiggle your way out of it. At least try to look like
Convincing.
you know stuff. And she goes, "How did you contact him last time?"
Valerius gives a sheepish smile and say, "By mail? Like
That
I wrote him a letter."
that probably took a long time.
It did. I waited about like a few weeks to get the reply.
Is there a way you can contact him otherwise?
Well, I had a friend that helped me cast sending, but he's not here at the moment.
Right.
Gulog looks confused. She's like, I'm right here.
No, she looks away. It's like, no, but you don't know Luke.
Oh.
I guess we can contact you, and I'll like gesture to Elena if we get lost.
That is actually an idea. I will try, although I cannot promise that I won't be put on a different mission once I return, because there's a rotation.
That'd
And
be great.
if you're lucky, I'll be with Luke and I'll send him.
Wait, when she said he is with Luke, can I roll something to see if there's anything else going on besides being soldiers and put together in the same unit?
What are you looking for? In a
His
romantic
girlfriend.
capacity, he girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can I guess make me an insight check to see how she speaks to Luke about
Never
Luke.
mind. Valerius
7.
is stupid.
Roll
You're
for
100%
girlfriend.
they're dating. You are so
Can
excited
I-
Luke finally has a girlfriend.
Can
Like
I
100%.
roll one just because
Yes,
I
yes,
want to
of
see if I
course.
can beat you?
You see,
Okay.
okay, the reason why you're rolling an insight, Gunlag, is because you see a tinge of excitement cross, just very lightly across
Holy
your friend
shit.
Valerius's face. And then you're like, this guy is thinking something is up between this
I know exactly
random
what he's
Luke guy.
thinking. Yeah, clearly.
And then you look at the lady, Ilana, and you realize they're just friends.
Aww.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna give
It's-
like a little eyebrow raise, like this. Totally something going on there, man.
Valerius,
was-
being
yes.
having your thoughts confirmed by somebody that you know has really good insight, you feel emboldened.
Yes, I'm gonna tell him to spill all this over alcohol when I get to it.
Elena looks at you, curious as to why you're suddenly grinning. Both of you actually, and she's like, this was fun. I'm gonna go now.
All right, take care of yourself, Alana.
She waves and then she goes into the donut and she
Aren't you
speaks to
gonna-
the two elders.
For the second time this morning, Valerius is gonna grab Gunlog and drag her a bit.
What?
Wendy's asking for an update. Do you want to add anything besides telling them that the family's coming with us? I'm gonna
We'll be
whisper this,
there
by the
in-
way.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be there in like 2 hours.
All right. Valerius will pat you on the shoulder and walk off somewhere afar. And key his headset. Floaty, sorry for the late reply, but we just got confirmation that the family is coming with us and
Wait,
will
wait, wait,
be.
wait. And then you sort of know instinctively why you're being asked to wait as Floaty
Ah,
parks himself nestled wherever Wendigo allows, probably near the fire. And you sort of have an inkling, thanks to your technology, that Floaty is now a speaker.
okay. Wendy, come in. We've just received confirmation that the family will be coming with us, and in about 2 hours' time, we'll be heading out. Please
Wendigo,
confirm your position.
Wendigo, you hear what you see is Floaty just buzz around you, have like a confused spin, and then park just in front of you, in between you and the fire, and then cease activity before a voice comes out. Mike,
Mike, you muted.
you're muted.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it. So, Wendigo will look to Farid. In 2 hours, we move, and Wendigo will say to Floaty, "Meet back at hut."
Valerius remembers where the hut is and gives a thumbs up. You mean this, right, Michael?
Yeah, where you guys were the previous night.
Okay,
Where
no
Morgana
problem.
made the thingy.
Like that's the only last known location of contact we agree on.
Yes.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, with that out of the way, Valerius.
Then he'll ask, "Coast clear."
Valerius will reply that the soldiers here are leaving, presumably in a few minutes, so keep yourselves hidden for now.
Uh, at that, Wendigo will look up and is this place he and Farid are at? Is it in between the place and the Apila grounds?
No, it's actually a bit out of the way. You know, make me a survival check with advantage because Farid help.
20. Thank you,
20. Oh my
Farid.
god. That
Thank
natural
God.
one though. Natural one, you'll be like, oh, panic. Um, with the 20, you know that this is out of the way enough. And all you have to do is hide the fire pit and go back into your burrow.
Uh, Wendigo says, any other important information? Wendigo
No.
says, any other important info?
Joe, we can't hear you if you're saying stuff. Alright, did he disconnect?
Don't know.
Eh? Eh?
Just Ben. Hi, Ben.
Eh?
Oh,
Okay, okay. He was probably talking and screaming into the ether, just like a seance.
Hi, Joe. Back. Welcome back.
The connection cut for a moment. What happened?
Wendigo asks, any other important info?
Valerius replies, none for now, and he's gonna go back to the hut, so he's gonna cut communications.
Okay. Wendigo will look to Fari and says, soldiers moving. Get rid of fire, hide back. 2 hours, return to hut.
He nods, and he starts burying the fire. You see, at first, the ice melts over it, and as he shovels more and more ice and snow and sleet over it, looks like it was never there. And then you see him sort of test the air, the wind direction, before going back into the burrow.
Can Wendigo try to pick up how he does this?
Sure. Make me an intelligence check, like a flat intelligence.
6.
You keep getting sixes, like it's blackjack. Um,
Right.
you watch this. You manage to learn that enough snow and sleet would cover an amount of fire, but you don't gauge any other thought process that Farid has sort of made or had to do all these things.
All right. He'll go back to the burrow with Farid and then try to learn more about the burrow process again.
Okay. I will, with Farid's help, give me 3 straight intelligence checks.
Great. Do do do.
Okay, 19 is good.
9.
9 is not good. 12 is good. You manage to understand that burrow construction is very much about the size of the creature that needs to live in it. You learn that structural integrity is very important, so you don't want to be too deep in the snow. You don't want to be too shallow in the snow either. You also have to make it just compact enough that you will contain an amount of heat, but not too compact that you start melting the walls. You learn all this, you pick up a few tricks of the trades, but not yet enough to build your own, maybe. You're not sure, unless you want to try making one.
Now, the plan is to hide, not to build something. So he'll hide.
Okay, you know that, like the very basics of the physics of burrow making. You think you have a very good, although slow, future of becoming a wombat, if you so wish. We go back to the inside of Rock Hollow's town, the homey donut that you for a while call home. Um, Not really a holiday. The soldiers have finished speaking to Tafford. You don't see the old man anywhere, so you assume that he's probably still in his house. And eventually wave goodbye to the soldiers. You watch them leave. It doesn't take long, maybe half an hour from when your conversation happened. But you see the family that you're supposed to escort busying themselves. You also see that the daughter and the son are extremely excited. They have no place to put their excitement, but you also see the sadness and the envy from the other children. That envy is extended to some of the adults. And you see that envy come across as a cold shoulder towards Helena and Craig as they try to help, but is rebuffed. Is there anything else you would like to do before you start to head out?
I would like to go find the old man.
Okay. You come across Stafford, and she's like, "Oh, hello, young lady. How can I help you?"
I was wondering where I might find. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. The old dwarf with the bad eyes.
Oh, him. Burn.
Burn. Yes. I
He
wanted
is.
to see if I could help his eyes before we leave.
I can call him, or you can go into his house.
Do you think he'll mind?
Well, he's old. He minds a lot of things. Whether or not we'll do anything about it, leaves to be seen.
Uh,
Also, he probably can't. I can see that you
Also
can
true.
probably overpower him very easily. Bosk, you hear this conversation. Do you want to tag along?
Bin
Hello,
bin.
hello.
Hello.
Okay. Um,
You're very soft again.
Hmm.
Gunlog's talking to the old lady, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I want to tag along? Am I asked to? Does
No,
Gunlog need me?
You can come if you want to.
but you do hear Gunlug say something about helping, and you do know that the old man is old and blind, so it's really up to you.
I suppose
Minim
it
is
couldn't
still
hurt.
sleeping there.
Yeah, I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Okay. Tafford slowly, it's painfully slow as she wobbles with her cane to one of the doors. She knocks it, and you hear like a protesting grunt from the other side of the door. Ah, he's alive. That's good. And she opens the door. You see a very small, compact room with a bed, more like a cot for one person, and you see bundled in that bed the grumpy, just woken shape of an old dwarf. Whoa, what do you want? I was sleeping. Are we
Morning,
under attack?
Grandpa.
Are we under attack?
Partially, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. You see him struggle to get up, like as fast as he can, which is very, 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 very slow.
Oh, just relax. Just here. Remember yesterday I said I would have a look at your eyes and see if I could do anything about it.
Miss, uh, gonna know.
Close.
Yes,
Miss Guano.
Miss gonna
Oh
know.
no.
Oh, yeah, I can't really see you. You give me a bit of a fright. It's, I thought we were under attack. I was going to get my sword, he says as he shakes visibly.
I apologize.
Uh-oh,
I am amused.
it's a little bit of a laugh. Maybe, give me some years back, you know, laughter is the best medicine.
They do say so.
Sit, I don't have anything to drink. The teas have run out at least 10 years ago, unfortunately, and nobody's been out to look for any more teas. I don't think we have any. Um, Busk, make me a medicine check. Gunlog,
Gee,
you're observing this old man.
Hmm.
What are you doing while he's trying
he's
to
gone
busy himself, and then
senile.
he gives up and he sits down, and now he's just talking.
I think the way he's just kind of like obviously poor, or obviously like trying to make light of not having things, and it's very reminiscent of how she's grown up. So she
No.
just kind of smiles and nods along and just like humors him and just watches. And yeah, we'll definitely let Bosk do a bit of a once over of him and actually have a doctor's opinion. And then once
Yes,
everything's kind of done with, she'll try to just do some magic and see if it'll work.
Uh,
a quick checkup. This
okay.
old guy is probably healthier than most in the slums that are of his age.
Well, there's
With a
not that many his
13.
age in the slums.
That is very, very true and very, very depressing. To Gunlug, mostly. Because here's this sprightly old dwarf, still kicking it. Can't see. Maybe has tremor sense. You don't know. Um, with a
But a
13,
13,
uh, Bosk, you see the haze in his eyes. You recognize the age of this fellow.
yes, I ask him, so how old are you?
Oh,
How long have you been having vision problems, etc., etc., etc.?
oh, it's been so long. It's been so long. Oh. I actually don't know anymore, but it was because I remember days where I couldn't see back then, but I remember when there are happy voices, you know, the sound of mining. At that
Oh
point,
wow.
I no longer worked in the mines. I was more an independent advisor, so to speak.
How long ago were the mines active based on our
You
research?
you know for a fact that it was officially shut down 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
Yep.
Okay. I tell him this. Well, there hasn't been mining here in over 50 years.
Oh, has it? Oh,
Okay, so homie's been blind for at least 50 years.
Oh.
Do you remember how old you were when the last you heard mining?
I'll make a roll for this old guy. Like a simple memory skip. Hello, dice. Hello.
Oh.
The dice. It's like perpetually rolling the dice.
Oh.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna refresh this page really quick.
You roll the dice down a hill, it keeps
It's
going.
it's still rolling. It's still rolling. It's that scene from I think it's Kung Pao Enter the Fist where the child is rolling down the hill
It's
forever.
the scene from Inception where the top doesn't stop spinning.
Exactly. He you see him squint. You see his mouth turn up into a smile every so often. He giggles at himself, and then after maybe 3 minutes, he goes, "Oh, oh, I'm sorry. What was the question?" We're coming across some technical difficulties. Okay, are we back?
Hello?
Hello. I got
Yes,
logged off for
yes.
some reason. So
Ah, okay.
after 3 minutes, he pretty much goes, "Oh, oh, that was delightful. Where? Ah, what was the question?"
Well, it's good that you're remembering some things. Anyway, don't worry about that. And then I like test his vision with flashlight, etc., etc.
You use the handheld flashlight that Valerius gave to you. Um,
Yeah,
you you see
testing the pupil dilations.
you see the pupil dilate just a little bit, but you don't see any sort of recognition in the eyes itself. It's very clouded over.
Okay. So it's like scarring.
Yeah, it's scarred. There's a lot of protein buildup. If we're talking medically, I don't know enough medicine to tell you what it is, but man is old. His eyeball has lost some aqueous and vitreous humor, and the protein broken down from the inside of the eyeball has collected so much in front of his eye.
I don't know
Ah.
shit, she says, and then starts throwing around fucking medical terms.
I
Thanks.
guess main thing is it from like age or from damage?
You know this is definitely from age and maybe some damage when he was younger, but mostly it's
Okay.
age. Like this
So
dwarf old.
I'll explain this to Gunlog because I don't know the nature of her magic, whether it only repairs damage or if it can reverse the effects of aging.
If you ask her, that shit will shrug. It's not gonna fuck if I know.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
f- from my
you're the one who knows
experience,
all the cool shit. I just magic.
okay. Well, I can't really explain to you how your magic works unless you try it. And if
Yeah.
it works, I can explain why. And if it doesn't, I can probably also explain why.
Huh.
Gesture for you to proceed.
Mm.
Good luck. Do you make mention of the spell that you're trying to use?
I don't know if she like has names for her spells like specifically. Like I don't know that she knows this as lesser restoration. You know, since she's not
The one that
learned.
sometimes cures blindness, perhaps.
Yeah, like, sometimes people get, syphilis and all sorts of fun stuff, and some people go blind from all sorts of shit. They drink some freaking weird alcohol that's not alcohol, and then they go blind, and hey,
Okay. If there was no mention of the kind of spell, Bosk, you are waiting for this to happen, in front of you is this old man sitting on his bed, um, expectantly, but you also think that he is now thinking of other things back in his youth because he's
Yes, that
smiling
is good.
again.
Most good.
Yeah.
Excellent. He
She will.
probably can't remember why we're here, and that's fine. Go
Okay.
for it.
She'll just kind of say, "Look, I don't know if it'll work, but I'd like to
What
try."
makes it hurt? Blah, blah,
And she will cast Lesser Restoration, which can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. So I don't know if the condition is blinded or if the disease is cataracts or a combination.
Okay,
Wait, hold up. Guy doesn't seem like he's in pain, right? He's just blind.
no, he's just blind.
Yeah.
But
Okay, okay, okay.
you think as somebody in the medical profession, after a certain age, a lot of people tend to hide their pain. So you don't know if he does have any
Get
other
used to it.
pains. It becomes the status quo. And plus it's really cold here, so could be anything.
Ah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Um Tell me what it looks like, this lesser restoration of yours.
Oh, well, I hadn't thought about that. So I think she just kind of like crouches down. If he's sitting on the bed, she'll kind of crouch down in front of him and just put a hand on his shoulder, similar to like you guys. The last time Bosk saw her do something like this, she cast inflict wounds on someone and just like crumbled them just about. It's the same kind of motion. It's the same kind of like firm grasp of his shoulder, and she just kind of tries to focus her magic. She kind of whispers something to herself, kind of nonsensy, and just tries to channel it.
he he sits in front of you, with your hand on the shoulder. You sort of squeeze the shoulder a bit, but not enough for him to sort of feel discomfort from it. It's, to him, you think, a very reassuring shoulder squeeze. He
Is me and just
smiles.
watching the eyes during
Yeah,
this whole procedure to see if
pretty much.
anything changes.
Um, for Bosk, as you watch the eyes, nothing really happens. Like, you don't see it get unclouded per se. But
Okay.
you do see that this old man looks a little bit more relaxed.
Okay. And once the spell is over, I will ask him how he feels.
I'll just look expectantly at him, like, is that does it do work? Do things stuff?
Oh well, oh, I,
Alright, I hold up my finger to be like, okay, I'll tell you later. Let's just see how he feels.
I still can't see. I mean, all of you are still vague silhouettes. But I can tell you, I feel a little bit better now that my bladder doesn't feel like it's on fire. Did you? How did you know?
Ah, okay. An unrelated thing.
Gulag looks completely and utterly confused.
He might have like 5 different
A
diseases
UTI
or
or like a fucking kidney stone.
Out of character, he had a UTI.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh,
I explained to
Ow.
Gunlog that that was probably another disease that was afflicting him that he cured.
Oh, I
There's
haven't felt this calm in years. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then you see him
excellent.
hobble to the corner with like a pot. Like there's no walls or anything. It's just a corner with a pot.
Hmm.
And he starts
Okay,
Okay,
relieving himself.
excellent.
that was
I
kind of
explained to
disappointing.
Gunlog that your spell probably didn't do anything for his blindness because it wasn't a affliction per se. That's just how his vision is now that he's reached such an advanced age. I imagine your magic can only rid the body of external diseases or injuries.
Maybe
Once
it's just because so many that my magic didn't even get to the blindness.
that is also possible. I imagine your spells only deal with one thing at a time.
I believe so. I
But
mean, some of
if you were
the
focusing on his eyes, it would have focused on that first.
right.
Were you doing that?
Yeah. To
And I
be fair
nodded.
though, the last like usually when I cast this is for, ladies of negotiable affection, and a lot of their discomfort is similar to what he has been experiencing, not gonna lie.
I nod in understanding.
Maybe my magic is only good for fixing, that shit.
Um,
I'm really good at it though.
Busk, make me another medicine check with uh
How much
but
experience have I
but
had with
but
clerics and the lesser
with
restoration spells?
intelligence.
A medicine check, but with
Yeah.
intelligence.
Ooh.
That means,
So if you have
um,
proficiency, it's an
okay, I
intelligence
have,
roll plus proficiency.
uh, that's another 13.
Oh, it's another 13. Okay, you vaguely remember in one of your classes about it's it's less a class of how to and more a class of how to not. It's a within a historical context. It's things that have been used to solve certain ailments as people progress to a certain age. You know that things like lesser restoration doesn't work because the first thing you have to do is you have to clear whatever the blockage is. You have to get rid of the scarification,
Yeah.
the extra protein buildup, and then you need something like regenerate.
Yes, I imagine the idea is you remove the man's eyes and cast regenerate to get him new ones.
Pretty much. It's very
Mm-hmm.
expensive, and it's also why there are a lot of old people who have to suffer being old.
Yeah. I explained this to Gunnar.
At least he doesn't have a UTI anymore.
Yes. He
There
may
was,
have other
yeah,
ailments, but I shrug. It seems he's learned to live with them.
I only got so many spells, and I did want to help that. Was it the young gnome girl you talked to yesterday?
Yes, she is suffering from something that's causing her to have to isolate the rest of them.
Dealt with
You
that one
Oh.
lots too. It should be fine.
You hear
Um,
the old man sort of pick up his pants, finish up, and then you.
I ask him if there's anything else that is bothering him currently, besides his lack of vision.
He starts complaining of all the old people stuff, like his back hurts. He has tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it. Um, he has problems with staying asleep in the middle of the night because he just needs to pee. But he does also tell Gunlaug that he is so thankful to not be peeing fire anymore.
Yeah, I can
Nod,
imagine.
nod, nod.
I'm
Um,
sorry I
I
couldn't do more, but hey,
no,
something,
no,
right?
no, please, please. He holds on to your hand as tightly as his shaking hands can, and he goes,
Did you wash?
You do not see any wash basin here, but he's gripping onto your hands. And he goes, please,
It's okay.
you don't have to do anything more for me. If you can, you should go see what the rest of them can do. I'm old. I've lived a good life, and the fact that I'm no longer peeing fire is actually a boon in my old age. I don't have to see, but I can imagine. And then he lets go of your hands and he hobbles towards the door.
You're welcome, old timer.
We haven't. Oh, I don't know if we have enough to feed you, but if you feel like
That's
it, please.
so good. We have our own.
He hobbles outside, and you see him sort of very slowly disappear into various groups of people saying good morning, listening to some blathering story from a 5-year-old kid.
All
Speaking
right.
of blathering 5-year-old children, Morgana, what are you doing?
This is what from waking up.
Yeah, this is like in the morning. It doesn't have to be immediately after you woke up. It can be anytime within the 2 hours.
Morning in general.
Yes.
I Does it mean I'm done with my 4-hour meditation?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're good. If you want to take this opportunity to also have done all of your studying and stuff like that, that can be done too because you have an extra 4 hours over everyone else.
Yes, because I need to reset my spells.
Yes.
Yeah. You have a lot of extra time compared with everyone else
Yeah, you have
because
so
your
much
short
extra
rest
time.
is literally 4 hours shorter.
Yep.
Yeah. So after I do all that, then I walk around the donut house. What do I see?
What are you looking for? There's a lot of things happening.
I'm not looking for anything in particular. Just walking around because I'm aware that we're probably gonna leave soon, and I just wanna like
Just generally
enjoy the view a little bit more.
the air around is abuzz with happiness from the children that are still running around. You see one kid just run straight into the knees of an adult, fall down, sit on the ground, look around, realizes that everybody has the shock face, and then decide to cry now. But you see everybody else sort of talking. The child eventually gets picked up, soothed. But you also see some people showing an air of jealousy towards the Miloshes who you are whisking away from the hard life. But they're not really doing anything about it. They understand that this will be their lot in life, and maybe in a year, maybe in a couple of months, somebody will get them, or they can leave themselves. Um, the Miloshes have finished packing up. Whatever it is they have or want to bring is with them. You see small, you think they're using pillowcases for their stuff, and there's just one pillowcase for all of them.
Oh, the
Valerius will walk over unless he's not there.
He can be there.
I mean, I came back to the hut after I contacted Wendy.
Yeah.
I want to walk over and offer them. They need help carrying their stuff.
The boy, Morgana, you see this as well. The boy stands up at attention, seeing all you in your full regalia. And he
What?
goes, like, you're in armor, right? Like you're
No,
wearing
I'm
your
not. I'm
helmet and
not.
everything.
No, just the building safety helmet, not the combat helmet.
Oh, okay. So he sees this. He stands up. You seem important anyway, and he hoists the bag over his shoulder. And what both of you see is there's nothing heavy in that sack. You think it might be some clothes. Uh, you don't see any food per se.
We have food. Okay, but go
Yes.
I
on.
We tell them
we
not to
don't
bring
see
food,
food.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
we have
Okay.
we
told them
have
not to.
food.
And then the boy goes, "Oh, my name's Teg, sir. I can carry this stuff.
His
I
name
can
is
also
Ted.
carry
But
Yeah.
my
I'm gonna
sister. I can
Short
also
for
carry my sister."
Theogore.
I'm gonna look over to the other family members. Are they
But
having difficulty?
No, the mom and the dad are actually speaking to some other people, saying
Oh,
their
okay.
goodbyes, because they have another hour before you guys have to leave.
Okay. All right. I'll pat the little dude on his head and like, all right, if you need help, you can ask one of us, and I'll gesture to presumably Gunlug, Morgana, and Boss who are nearby.
Right now, in front of you is you in front of you. With the boy is just you and Morgana.
Okay, I'll gesture to Morgana, and then like a phantom gesture to the other two people who are not here. You know, the other two nice people.
He smiles and he goes, um, I was gonna ask. Mom said that you have clothes for us to wear.
I'll turn over to what's his face? What's her face? Morgana.
Morgana
Morgana,
has
can
them in
you yeah,
the bag of holding.
can you grab the clothes for us, please? The winter clothes?
Oh, yeah, sure. Morgana fumbles in her bag of holding,
Alright, I'm gonna
Yes.
picks
We have
picks
two
them out.
sets of the good, like the new clothes, and two sets of the UC gear.
so
yes,
which one do we give to children? I think we give the children the good one, right?
yes, and I think maybe Farid and Sorbet will be back to wearing what they were wearing
That's
Later
before
fair.
on. But
pretty
we can
soon.
change when we
Yeah, wants to
camp
go
or whatever.
traveling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this small boy with Morgana's help the brand new spanking snow gear and give him a second set and tell him to give it to his sister.
Yeah, I can do that. So these ones, he watches in amazement as Morgana puts her hand in the backpack, in the bag, and just like Mary Poppins, pull layers and layers of clothes that should not be able to be stored in such a tiny bag. And he's
Yes.
like, yeah, is there some kind of spoonful of sugar in there? Never mind, it's a joke. I'm gonna go change my clothes. And then he yells out to his parents, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna go change my clothes and change Mina's clothes as well. And then he scurries off, leaving the.
assuming
Mm-hmm.
assuming that the parents turn around to acknowledge their child, I'm going to wave them forward as well.
They do see you and they come forwards. And
Okay.
both of them
I'll
ask, "What's
I'll
up?"
I'll, I'll get Morgana to rummage through for the UC stuff and hand it to them.
They take it with thanks. There's no sense of amazement from them. You think they've seen this before.
Mhm.
Um, we'll we'll change as soon as we can.
Valeris
And
gives
they
a nod.
also disappear. Eventually, they all
Disappear.
meet up again.
Okay.
The boy has left the pillowcase on the floor. Their stuff, like just okay, bye. I've got a new thing.
I I'm gonna just like hold on to the pillowcase for now in case someone comes and steals it. Give it back to him later.
Eventually, they all come back, fully clothed.
Okay.
It is quite jarring to see two civilians in
UC
UC
clothes.
clothes.
That's fine.
Make me some kind of wisdom check. Anything with a wisdom on it.
Anything with a wisdom on it, eh?
Like any
Insight.
Perception, maybe?
Hit him with the animal handling.
Okay, no. Um
Maybe
make me
survival.
make me an insight check for yourself.
Okay. All right. Inside check. Use clothes. Okay, Valerius is dumb.
Nice.
7. You see the used clothes for UC.
Oh,
Thank you,
Factual.
cat.
Two things can be true.
Exactly. And it's fine. They're just wearing UC clothes. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Valerius does not notice this. Does Morgana because she's next to me.
Morgana, roll me an insight check as to whether or not this is a great idea.
Wait, hold on.
See,
Valerius, with his years of
I
scout
would have
training,
waited until we left to give them those clothes, but what if? I'm not
25.
there.
Cat, Morgana, you can do this however you want. You can tell him however you want, but you look at these clothes and then you think, if anybody here who is friends with UC saw them in UC clothes, I don't know if that's a good idea. You feel that nagging feeling. It's up to you whether you want to tell anyone.
Morgana. Wait, is are they already wearing the UC clothes?
Oh yeah, they're definitely wearing the UC clothes.
Oh, Morgana pulls Valeris aside and be like,
Mhm.
Do you think they should be wearing it here?
Valerius looks over, has a realization, and it's like, immediately walks over and prestes both of their clothes so it changes color.
The changing of color is fine. You can only do it
The
on one.
logo's still
But
there, buddy.
what?
Morgana moves
Hang
forward
on.
and does it on
I
the
can
other
have up
person.
to 3 continuous effect at the same time.
Okay.
So
What color do you change it to?
what color is it at the moment?
It was white.
It was white.
Yeah.
If I change it, will the logo disappear?
No.
Okay, if that's the case, I'll just press E and just put like a random. You know what? Fuck it. I'll put the Riker symbol over the UC symbol.
Probably working together anyhow.
Yeah. It says small
You
mark or symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour.
Yes, but it doesn't negate the original symbol. It just
I know. It's just
Yeah.
paint
obscures
It
it
just
over it.
lightly.
overlays it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like painting it like a single color, and then you make like a colorful logo on top.
Exactly.
No, I want to make a box, just black box, totally solid black box.
I mean, that
No
works
logo.
too, but that would probably be more inconspicuous.
you
No,
you
because
make
Yeah,
it
then that just draws your attention to the black box, and
Yeah,
then
exactly.
you'll see the outline. Because
okay, fine.
right
Then
now it's like
change
a
the
white
whole,
coloring book,
like
right?
the
It's just the
the
outline. You just
yeah.
everything.
stamp like something with contrasting colors over it and hope they don't notice.
Okay, I'm gonna ask both of you to make it separately. Morgana, you start off by putting a sensor bar
And then you're
on
like,
the shirt.
this
You
isn't
realize,
helping.
well, that's not a great idea.
Just it looked like you're watching some weird Japanese porn.
Oh my
No, that's
god.
there's no pixelation. It's just sensor bar. You know how people assume that if they cover the sensor bar, the eyes, you'll be like, I don't know who this is.
Mhm.
Okay, what
Magic.
what role are we
Okay,
making?
I want you to make me a straight intelligence roll.
Oh, finally, something I'm good at. Finally, a higher
Okay,
roll than
16
12.
for Morgana, 18. Both of you
Nice.
do an
Wait, save?
okay, uh, not a save, just like a straight roll.
Just minus proficiency, so it becomes 15.
Good enough. You do an okay job. Like every so often at a different angle, you would see the vestiges of the previous logo. It's still very bumpy. Like you still like if you squint and you focus really hard, you can still see the logo. But because the overlay is somewhat believable, it looks like a glitch effect. You
Oh,
have just
cool.
married two logos together. Um, that's for Valerius. Morgana, what picture did you overlay?
My I overlay my. I'm just going to overlay my what's it called? Orphanage logo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, same thing. So now it's an orphanage logo, but if you sort of like look at it the wrong way, it's a weird amalgamation of the orphanage logo and UC. It's very
Yeah,
disturbing.
but my orphanage logo has a lot of lines on. Okay, so it's like harder to tell.
Yeah, now it just looks like
Yeah.
a death metal band logo. It's great.
Is there a way to salvage this?
Like a
Hold
No,
on.
no,
paladin.
it's good enough.
Okay.
For somebody to sort of look from afar and be like, yeah, it's totally possible. But now
The
you
logo is
realize,
on. Yeah.
you realize that since them from the time of them putting the clothes on, they did go down 2 floors and then run up to you in that outfit. So you don't know whether anybody else clocked it.
Yeah,
Right.
people may have seen already, but that's
I'm
okay.
so sorry,
That's fine.
Valerius is just stupid at times.
It's very on brand.
What's the
Yeah.
worst that could
It's
happen?
very
What's the
on brand.
worst that could
I feel
happen?
insulted now.
He
But
just
anyway,
doesn't always think things through because he thinks the best of people.
Exactly. It's like
if you did.
we safe. We had a good night's sleep. We had a good dinner. What's the worst that could happen? Um. Meanwhile, back where Wendigo is, Wendigo, you sneeze real hard.
The worst thing that could happen is these people tell their UC friends like, "Hey, what's the deal? Why do these people get to leave?" Yeah, your boys came in, dressed them up, and let them and took them away.
But Valerius, you can be sure that you feel a little bit safer now that the soldiers have left and you didn't give that outfit when the soldiers were here.
That'd be very stupid. I don't think I would have done that at the very least. Out of
You
sheer
don't know.
curiosity,
I
right?
mean,
The
honestly, if the soldiers are at sea, you just be like, "Oh yeah, we just like we were attacked by bandits and we salvaged these outfits from them."
I mean,
Bandits
yeah,
attacked, but we
that's
repelled
not
them.
that's
Yeah,
not really a lie. Yeah. A question
actual
on the DM.
factual stuff.
Go ahead.
The UC gear, where is the logo exactly? Is it just like one
It,
patch on the chest, or is it like two shoulder patches?
it's a shoulder patch and one more sort of branding at the lower left
It's
side,
like Superman's
like
logo.
like a logo at the bottom left side of a shirt, kind of thing.
Bottom
Oh,
left side of a shirt.
oh, okay. I get what you do. I get what you're saying.
A
like the
sports
shirt.
shirt.
Yeah, like a sports shirt.
I was about to say
Got the
like the St.
sponsor name
John's
on.
uniform where you've got like two
I
badges on the
don't remember the
shoulders.
St. John uniform, so
No. I'm gonna show you a picture. That's not safe. Black. Anyway, I'll show later. Something like this is it with the shoulder flashes and then and then the logo on the chest is it.
okay. You spend some time just helping around, I guess. Left side, but the other logo is like at the bottom of the shirt.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting.
Okay. But
I'm gonna
that's
delete
that's
this
the
now.
jacket.
Hmm.
Yeah. We go back to Bosk and Gunlag who exit this situation.
We
And I'm
approach
assuming
a minim.
Minim is still bundled up in the corner that you left her, near your
Oh
work
wow.
desk.
Okay.
She is still asleep.
Is she
Um,
sleeping? Is she sleeping well?
you think she slept well. She has a very steady breath. She's breathing easy.
Might
You
ask,
uh-huh.
sorry, I might ask Val to like press you some of her shit so like it's all clean when we're done here. That
Mm.
shit catches like wildfire, promise.
You know this to be true. Um, you go up to her and the bundle of cloth moves, and eventually you see an eye peek out. It's bloodshot.
Does
You
But
look
that
like you did
seem
not
to
sleep well.
indicate that she did not get much sleep?
she you as a medical professional think that this bloodshot is less from the lack of sleep because you do know that she slept.
Okay.
Um, it's more like she may be getting sicker.
Ah. Okay. I explain that. Did she have any other symptoms besides the herpes?
Not. Wait, you did a check and it was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
She's running a mild fever. She's pale. At least now the bags under her eyes have lessened to a degree. Her eyes are still sort of red, but you know it's not what's that eye problem? You know it's not pink eye.
Okay. That is
Uh,
good.
but she is running a fever.
Good morning, Minim.
Uh,
I just check her temperature again to
she's
confirm.
her temperature is slightly higher. I don't feel great. I did get some sleep. Thank you.
I nod.
She's sort
I'm
of
sorry
halfway
I don't
blinking.
have my usual drugs with me, but my friend here is able to work minor miracles, and she should be able to help with what ails you.
Again, it doesn't have to happen. I mean, there are other people who probably need the the drugs and the care more than I do.
And I've seen
Have you
to some of
seen
them already.
anyone? Have you seen anyone here who's in worse condition than you?
I don't really remember. You see her sort of speak to you, but every so often her eyes would shut for a while, and then she would open them, like person with fever.
I
Very
can assure
warm.
you that there's no one here that's in worse condition than you are.
She nods. I'll take your word for it. Is there
I
anything you
look
would like
to
me to
Gunlog.
do?
Hey, you just need to sit there. I'll just kind of nod to Busk and let me try.
Yes, I tell you about something's causing a fever, probably some manner of flu virus type thing.
Reaction.
Also, um, the herpes.
Oh, I can give you a favor as well. I honestly not really something to be ashamed of. I have cured so much of that in my lifetime. It's fine.
I don't actually know what happened to me. I just I fell under the weather a while ago, and then this happened, and then she points to her lip where the sore is, and then it disappeared, and then now it's back.
Yeah,
But
it tends
Yes.
to kind of come and go. How long ago did you first notice it?
oh, she squints.
She said a few weeks, right?
Yeah, like probably a couple of weeks ago. It's I don't really keep time well.
I
Then,
explained that it's probably because her immune system in general is
yeah, and
on the
it
weaker
probably means
side.
that other people here might have it as well. Not from you, but you must have gotten it from somewhere as well.
I
Could be
don't.
just sharing food, sharing drinks, you know,
She
clinking
nods.
glasses with some of the guards.
As soon as I got sick, I actually decided to live outside, just in case. You know.
Just so when you get sicker, no one's there to help you, hey?
I don't want to burden anyone. It's better if I stay alone, and I don't want to make anybody else sick.
Look, I understand where you're coming from, but you kind of live in a community here, and if you are sick, you can't help the community, and also if you won't let the community help you, you will stay sick.
I understand. Is there anything you would like me to do? Stand up,
No, just
disrobe, uh,
no, you're
wear
all good.
other
You're all good.
clothes?
Nah, just stay where you are. I will crouch down and once again just firm hand on the shoulder, and I cast inflict wounds. Nah, I don't.
Then she dies immediately.
Ah! Nah, I'll do another lesser restoration.
um, you see, what color is the glow of your lesser rest? Like, is it invisible?
Um, I think it almost looks like some sort of energy passing from her hand and into whatever she's touching, I think is what it looks like. It's not really a color per se. It's just it kind of looks like there's something like shifting,
Like
like blink and
heat
you'll miss it.
waves,
Yeah,
like
almost, I think.
squiggles,
Yeah,
Squiggles.
little squiggles.
Uh, uh, for some reason, I imagine
dilation.
squiggles under the skin, and I'm like, no, I don't like.
Yeah, I think that happens when she does inflict wounds, but not this time.
No, I don't like. um, if anybody is listening, definitely 100% do not Google cordyceps fungus in snails. Don't do that. I warned you.
I will spell it for you, but please do not Google it.
Definitely 100%. It's CORDY.
You will regret.
um,
All right, let's see.
slowly.
Oh.
Don't do it. It's I can see it in my mind's
Mm.
eye.
Okay,
Right.
that is
It's very colorful. Um, slowly you see her fever go down a little bit, but you think you're going to have to expend one more to get rid of the main problem, which is the virus.
Okay. I will do so. I'll just kind of look at Busk and be like, "Oh, this was a tough one, but
I
think I got
nod.
it. I think there's maybe a couple of different things happening at the same time here, which
Yes,
is
I check
probably
to see that the symptoms are
yeah. It's why you
removed.
feel so shit.
The fever has broken. Thankfully,
Okay,
you can see her sort of come up to temperature. Her cheeks are starting to blush. You can see
check
the
this
sunken eyes
pulse.
sort of desunken themselves slightly. You think she's getting better, but you're pretty sure that as a doctor that got rid of the symptoms of the problem or whatever is attacking her system right now, but not the virus itself.
Hmm.
So like,
Do I know how long we're still going to be here?
yeah, you should be
We're
another.
intending to leave in like an hour.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. What
Oh,
do I have that could possibly help her?
is it not working?
uh, Out of character, Gunlog, Bosk especially, you think that you have to do two of the lesser restoration spells, one for the fever, the bacterial infection, and one to get rid of the virus.
Yeah, didn't she already do
I
that
just
though?
did.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
she
did.
did do
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. I didn't see that. My bad, my
That's why I
bad.
said, yeah, let's do it again. I was like,
Oh,
huh,
okay.
this seems to be a tough one. Let's try one
Yeah,
more.
and then it's still there, and we're like,
Oh no, no, okay, okay.
He
huh.
was like,
After
shit.
after
How
after
fix?
you put another hand on her other shoulder and focus yourself, she looks much better. And
Gunlog's like, God damn, I need to use both hands.
both hands, let's go, crack, crack. Um, the sore that's on top of her lip, uh, magically dries up. This is the power of faith. Um,
I-
Mhm.
in
magically dries
myself.
up. um, she looks a lot better. You think you've done your part. Now she just has to wait for her sores and whatever else she has on parts of the body that you cannot see close up on their own.
You should be feeling lots better. And
You see her jump up. She still has her stutter. You think that this is just the way she talks. Maybe years of anxiety and other things have compounded this behavior. But she's sprightly. She's standing up. She's getting limber. Um, she jumps twice, and she's like, "Oh, this is the best that I have ever felt in maybe 2 3 weeks.
can imagine.
Thank you so
Now,
much."
please understand that make it worth my magic, okay? Just take care of yourself
Make sure you
and
eat enough.
look
Um,
for help if you're
Busk,
not feeling well. Like help each other, okay?
I will. I definitely will. Busk, when you say make sure you eat enough, you know for a fact that she was not eating enough.
Yes, that's why I'm telling her that she needs to eat enough, otherwise your immune system will suffer and you will fall ill.
She looks down as you bring this up, and she looks slightly ashamed. Well,
And there
the
won't be a
truth is,
magic woman to wave away your weaknesses.
I understand. I was giving some of my portions to some of the children. They they look hungry, and we were running out of food before the soldiers came.
I don't fault you for any of that. I think that's really great. Just make sure to look after yourself as well, because if you go like that for very much longer, you wouldn't be able to give any food to the children in the future, okay?
Sure, I understand. Um, I I do have questions to ask about the disease that you just got rid of. You mentioned
We'll
something
answer
about
the questions that she has,
you mentioned
and
something
I'll.
about it infecting others.
Probably, you probably got it from somewhere, but it
Uh,
doesn't always, you know, break out. People can have it without having any issues, I think. Look at
it,
Bosk, that's right, right?
I nod. I'll explain to her what causes the symptoms to manifest, and if they do, what people should do to try to deal with it.
she
Basically,
nods.
she now knows, like, if someone else starts falling sick, she should be able to be like, oh, the doctor said blah 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 blah.
Uh, I
And I pull out my herbalism kit and put together some like supplements for her to take for a while.
she is eternally thankful to you. Um, make me an
And
insight check, actually,
In
for
Sigith.
the
before we
doctor.
leave, you should have my other friend just do prestidigitation on all your stuff. So, if you lend out your blanket, no one else will catch
She,
anything.
she nods. That's an idea. Um, and 18, you catch her sort of. You see the machinations. You've seen it before where you give medicine to someone and they tend to take a little bit, but they save the rest for later. They don't finish their entire round of antibiotics.
Ah,
And if it's vitamins, they
we
think,
have that.
okay, I'll just take vitamins like once every week. That'll be fine, right?
Yes, I explained that you should take them and eat all of them because they don't last so long.
Oh, yes, yes. I'll
Yes.
do that.
Just run through them. Your body will get better, and then you won't need them.
She nods, and then I'm gonna.
X amount per day, you'll run out of them in a week. After that,
I
your body should be strong and
okay.
you won't need them.
She takes some of the medicine and she swallows the correct amount for today, and then she goes, I'm supposed to get the Miss Morgana to clean this. And then she points at the pile of blankets that has touched her
Yep.
lips and her body. And
Or Val, or both of them.
I see them over there. They're
I'll go with you.
talking. Okay. She follows you. If there's nothing else, there's going to be a round of prestidigitation on some blankets and other things that she has touched. She's probably going to take you guys to her house in case that needs
Oh,
to be bombed as well. Um,
Yeah, might as well.
yes.
um,
Presty everything.
Presti everything.
I
Like
mean, that's a little
no
overkill,
inch,
but might as well. Make
I
it feel
mean,
left
better.
no inch untouched. Can
I
Valeris
mean,
just set up like a fogging machine and just like
Just-
blast the
It'll
house
just
with
be a super clean house when you're done.
unfortunately, that is not how prestidigitation works. You have to like go there and
Aw.
do one by one. Um,
Okay,
but
kasihan.
maybe you can come up with a machine that can do that. For a fact that some people have wands for sale for Presti, and it's
One
used
of
in
your
hotels and other kind of service-oriented businesses.
one of your
Valeris just
cleaning prestige is you just turn on a big UV light and start blasting things.
Pretty
I was
much,
about to
yeah.
say Valeris just pulls out a portable water jet and just blast the house with Presty.
No, water in cold place bad.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, UV light works.
So I'm gonna say that you spent the entire hour. Do you want to send any messages to Wendigo? He knows you'll be coming in like in an hour ish. I mean,
The plan hasn't
uh,
changed, at least not to my knowledge, so there's no need to update him yet.
okay. Um, Wendigo, the threat has passed. You think? Is there anything you're doing in the interim?
As in, what, 2 hours passes?
1 hour passes, and you think that's enough time for them to have pissed off somewhere else. The guards.
Okay, Wendigo will very carefully peek out from the barrel just to make sure the coast is clear.
It is as silent as ever as you stick your head out. You hear maybe sounds of birds from further away. There's no footsteps, no rustling. Even Farid is dead silent.
Should be
Farid is
safe
always
to
dead
move.
silent.
He will pick up Floaty and go with Farid towards the hut area to wait.
Okay, easy enough. We now go back to the gang. It is time to leave. Sobesh has gladly put together the sleds and the dogs and is now giving them scritches and snacks. The
Wow.
children are sad because the doggos are leaving. And the giver of sweets is also going to go away. It's like Santa Claus came and left.
Like when Good Luck sees what the family is wearing, she should kind of like go to Giovanni. Why the f- are they wearing UC clothes?
Because that's all we have right
Why we just was I thought we would have them just change once we get fucking up the hill to fucking case.
now. I shrug and hand them out.
God damn it.
The doors are opened for all of you. Um, the
Have we
two
told them that we have other friends and to not be alarmed by the big scary
I
I
figured we would
person?
leave first before saying that, so no one here overhears that there was more of us.
So on the way out, we're just
Mm.
like, by the way, we're meeting these other people. They will look
Well,
frightened. Do
yes,
not be alarmed.
By the
we did.
way,
After
doesn't
saying that, I put on my bird mask.
We didn't
uh,
bring them in because first we wasn't sure if you guys are being held here against your will, and one of our friends were kind of trying to have a look, and it was the scary monster that broke in the other night, and we figured it was best if he stay outside the town while we go in. He does look a little scary, but I promise you, he's with us. He's friendly.
We understand. Right.
I
You
wouldn't say
you see
friendly.
all this
He's
as
safe.
they exit, as all of you exit the doors. You wave goodbye to everybody. The old man is waving in the wrong direction before being turned to the right direction by the old lady, and the
Come
doors
on.
close behind
Come
you.
on, old man. You know which direction the door is.
He don't give a fuck.
He's
He can
just
pee
doing it
now.
for fun.
He is it's making
He's
fun.
old. He's allowed.
He's doing blind jokes.
He's doing- You don't know unless you want to make an insight check, but it's funny nonetheless. The doors close and you make your way to the previous camp, seeing your friend Wendigo and Farid. Seeing Wendigo, though, you hear an audible gasp from the parents. You look to the back and you see a very trying to keep it in teenage boy. And you see a little girl who is white knuckle gripping onto whatever she's holding on to, trying not to cry.
It's okay.
Told you he was scared.
He's nice. He looks scary. He's nice.
She's
He's very strong, and he will protect us.
Tig looks at you.
Introduce Wendy to the people.
His name is
Everyone,
Wendy.
this is Wendy.
You see the two parents nod at Wendigo, and then you see Tig sort of give a 90-degree bow. Hello, Wendy, sir.
Smart boy.
Golf from Gunloud.
What do the parents and kids appear to be wearing right now?
The kids are wearing the same clothes as you. The parents have
Are in the
on
UC shit.
you. You recognize UC shit, but at the same time, the branding, which is slowly fading, by the way, because it's been an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah.
Punt.
Like it's slowly shimmering away, and you think your friends have done something to enchant it, to make it not UC.
Alright, first thing we should do is probably switch these back to our new friends. And then we can be on our way.
Nod, nod. Farid goes, well, I can make another burrow so we can change clothes in the safety of, not outside, or... And then he
I
looks at Morgana.
Or it
10
depends. How
minutes.
long is it gonna take?
Wearing clothes is pretty fast, but it's
No,
better
making
not
the
to.
burrow.
The burrow takes very, very long.
Right.
About an hour.
We gesture for Morgana to do the thing.
I much appreciate. Thank you.
In the meantime, Valerius is gonna press the children's clothes so they become warmer in case they were still cold.
Oh, the little girl is so thankful. She is now sort of near Valerius, like sort of clinging to your leg. Oh no, she's tall enough to not cling to your leg. Like she's just holding
Okay.
on to like a part of your shirt.
I was like, how small is she? Oh,
She's
Uh,
small, but she's not that small. She's
I
like
should
okay.
mention,
Uh-huh.
once we were like here, I'm gonna put on my armor now.
Okay. As soon
Might as
as
well.
you prestige her warm, she goes to hold on to your shirt, but not before you manage to bring up your armor, and she's momentarily aghast.
It's like I'll look at her and just calm her down. It's like, no, don't be scared. It's still me, and I'll take off my helmet to show that it's indeed still me.
She calms down, and she continues to be okay-ish, slowly coming to terms with the thing that is Wendigo. And eventually you hear her say words for the first time, and she's like, Mr. Valerius,
Yes.
is
Turn
Wendy
around.
like something of a dog thing? I've never really seen him. Or
Valerius kneels
Like,
I've
down.
never seen other things of him.
It is time to explain the concept of races if this girl doesn't know it.
Wendigo
Completely different
will
races, but no bugbears.
No
Wendigo will
bugbears.
see this question being raised and move far away to the rear.
Oh.
Valerius. Valerius kneels down and starts explaining that Wendigo is in fact a bugbear, which is a type of race, and
When
praying that she understands.
when a mommy bugbear and a daddy bugbear love each other very much. No, I'm kidding.
It's like, if that kid actually started saying that, I'd be like,
No, she's 11. Here's what she looks like.
oh,
Um,
that'd be great. Yay, pictures.
uh, no, isn't. I'm gonna give you a word picture. She has
Oh,
brown mousy brown hair. Uh, like very light hazel eyes that you think would be brighter had she been given more to eat and more time to grow, and a generally healthier diet.
More
She
time to grow.
oh,
If
Yes,
she were older, she
she
would be
she
larger.
is a plant. She's a sunflower. She is also very small, although you've been told that she's 11. She looks more like she's 9.
with
And
Valerius' knowledge, can he attribute this to like lack of food or whatnot?
Yes, she is
yes,
He can.
malnourished.
Okay.
We've
This
already
is
um,
a
know that.
fact.
Oh
you see
no.
how small she is, and then you look at the brother, and you realize that given how tall Craig and Helena are, this boy should be taller. He's 16.
Oh no. Valerius is gonna spoil these two children rotten, but anyway.
It's okay. You can give them your food and then
Well,
manifest herpes symptoms.
yeah, why? Oh no, what did you just say?
No.
Oh,
Like the precious gnome before you.
okay.
Eventually, the tiny hut pops up. Morgana sitting in the middle of it, minding her own business, while the four people do the outfit shuffle. It takes but mere minutes because they don't want to be more uncomfortable than they already are, given their proximity to each other. Helena especially, who doesn't want to be amongst two men she doesn't know.
Mm.
Um, uh, they finally pop out, and all of you are ready to go. Essentially, how would you like to leave
Let's roll.
immediately? Do you want to brief them?
I,
How are
can
you
I
traveling?
Okay.
Is I was
I
about to
think
say, isn't this the point Valerius cast the floating disc so we
yes.
have enough space?
Previously, what we did was we had floating disc with two people on it.
Mm.
Now we're gonna actually have four people like walking at every given time.
take
So
turns?
we'll take
Yeah.
turns like leading the doggos. I
Oh,
think the
okay.
sled pilots are
Like
like
running with
myself,
them.
Sobesh, and I'm not sure who the other two are that are on the other one.
I can take
Valerius
one.
and yeah, Valerius and Gunla.
I'm gonna say that the little girl is of negligible weight.
Yes. But space though.
This should be
Space
Wendigo
would
similar.
work.
will walk.
I just got a horrible thought. What if we just shove one of the kids into the bag of holding? No, just kidding.
You will
Wendigo will
die.
walk.
No air.
No es
Yeah.
bueno.
Yeah. We'll take shifts walking, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of that, I would like
And I
every.
also, before we go, can
Uh huh.
I just check on Wendy, who's like removed himself to not be scary?
Okay. Go ahead.
Hmm.
The more time you spend with them, the less frightened you will appear to be.
Yeah, you okay there?
To get used to you,
What?
your furry disposition.
I'll be less scared if you are kind of around, probably.
What?
Think.
Good luck. Tell him that if he behaves like a scary monster, they'll treat him like a scary monster.
She's
Behave
not
like
gonna
a normal
say that,
person, and they will treat him
but she
like a
will
normal
say,
person.
Shut up, Ben.
just chill out. We explained who you are. Chill. They're a little shocked right now. They'll get used to it. We're fucking helping them so much they can goddamn get used to you, okay?
I will keep distance.
Why?
I,
Yeah.
in case spotted, I'm not with you.
If we get spotted, we'll need you to fucking help us.
Mm.
We're done splitting the party, and you're part of the party, okay?
A walk.
Sure.
Right. I would like to know who is handling the wayfinding and who is keeping their eyes and ears out.
Eyes and ears would be Valerius and Floaty.
Okay.
Wendigo will handle wayfinding with Farid.
I will help
Okay.
with that as well.
Help with wayfinding or
Yep.
okay. Wendigo and Gunlug. Wendigo do with advantage. Gunlug make me a survival roll flat. And Valerius make me 2 perception rolls.
One for each or just okay.
One for each.
First one will be for Valerius. Second, oh, Valerius is blind. Floaty does a lot better.
Okay.
Valerius is too distracted playing with kids.
That is not bad. We're gonna do the same thing we did on the legs coming in, for you to avoid scary things. But before anything, for today, I need Gunlog and Valerius to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
Okay. 14.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay.
he's invisible.
I
19.
wonder what this is for.
Okay,
Wait,
noted.
who's the other invisible one?
Invisible ones are Wendigo and Morgana.
Ah, okay.
Invisible what?
Okay.
You
The
guys are
You
ones.
guys
holding the
have the non-detection.
anti-detection
Oh.
shit. So if we get scryed on, they're not gonna see you.
Okay, noted. Noted.
And
Who
they think,
wants
oh,
to
they're
make?
weak. They have no wizard and no fighter.
Do
Okay,
we
who?
notice that we need to make these saves?
Not at all.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to make the first D20 of the day? Well, of the travel.
I'll do it.
Okay,
All right,
let's
let's
go.
I'm
Go,
so
go.
scared.
Bring us
Big roll.
entertainment.
Big
13.
nummy.
13.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Oh.
that should be some entertainment.
Okay,
It's
so
okay.
you managed to make about 6 hours in while using the disc to transport Wendigo running every so often taking a rest.
Yeah, he switch.
Make who shall anybody with proficiency in survival
Yes.
Farid.
can
So,
make me a DC 14 nature or survival check.
I have nature. Is that good here?
does Farid is Farid helping with this or just
Yes,
himself?
Farid is helping.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you,
thank you.
Farid.
You nature does not help.
Okay.
Wait, why? Do you have nature?
Yes.
Yeah, and you said nature or survival check,
Yeah, I'm thinking.
but you could
I
change your mind.
also have nature.
I'm gonna say yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Anybody with nature or
My
survival
nature is big
proficiency?
pogs.
Yes.
Damn, it is.
26.
Yeah, son.
You
Um,
herbology bitch, you.
Wendigo and Dr.
I
Bosk,
know about plants and animals and weather.
you
I just don't
feel
spend much time outside.
you feel the hair at the back of your neck stand on end. It is usually something happens when the wind changes. You look up to the sky.
The winds have changed. It's dragon
Somewhere
hunting territory.
it's dragon hunting. You look a little bit to the southwest, and you see what might be hints of a storm, maybe?
Oh,
Uh,
And
weather.
you think it might hit you in about 30 minutes, maybe earlier.
Okay. We have 10 minutes before we need to start hunkering down.
Storm coming.
Farid looks at all of you and goes, "We need to quickly look for a place to hide." Anybody who has proficiency in perception can do me a perception check.
Okay.
Wendigo, you can do one with advantage.
18.
18,
27.
very good.
Oh,
16.
19, 16,
Go
27.
eyeball people. Use your eyeballs.
Um, Funnily enough, you managed to see an outcropping. It's not really a hill. It looks like it's been carved out of a hill. And you make your way there slowly.
Okay.
Morgana, can you get ready your bubble?
As soon as you're within 10 minutes away of it, the storm does fall earlier than expected.
Oof.
I need you all to make me a not really
Can
a
I get
constitution save.
can I get everyone to take one of my ropes and start tying themselves together so we don't lose anyone in the storm? We struggle to
Yes.
see.
Yes, sure.
Wait, are we like caught in the storm proper right now?
It's
Yes.
just hitting us.
Oh, wait,
wait,
I'm
I
You're
thought we
confused.
got to the hill and got cover. What happened?
not
What?
yet. You're 10
10
minutes
minutes
away.
away from the hill.
Okay, hold up. I have a plan. I cast. Shit, where is it?
You
Wait,
cast shit. Okay.
if the thing is if the hill is more than 30 minutes away, I don't think we go for it.
It is unfortunately the only safe space.
Okay, if you guys don't have a better idea, I'm gonna cast rope trick and have all of you get in it.
Yeah, that's better.
How long does that
Yeah,
last?
that is an
1
action.
hour.
It lasts for an hour.
Is 1 hour going to... The storm is not going to be gone in an hour, is it?
I have two casts, so we either risk it now or
Because if we're not going to hit the thing anyway, there's no point going for it. We might as well
yeah.
take this.
Okay.
All right, in we go.
Okay.
Uh, 8 people.
We
What?
have to pull up all the dog. This isn't gonna save our gear.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
it's 10 minutes away. We can probably... The storm is just starting.
yeah, if we
Gunlag
get hit,
has tied some of you together.
we just drop the shield, the bubble
Wait.
instantly,
Okay,
regardless of where we
Wendigo
are.
does not let himself be tied because if there's going to be a
Okay.
storm hitting, he's not going to tie anyone together and get them buried.
That's
So
a
8
good point.
people, we obviously put the family in, so that's 4.
Should we
So
not try to make it... Should... Really? 10 minutes?
like
Because
the Shah just said we can't reach the hill in time, was it?
yeah.
She says we're
You've
10 minutes away. We
You're
could try
10
to
minutes
make
away
it.
when the storm hits you.
Because we
Oh,
miss,
okay.
we underestimate the time it's gonna take for the storm to hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the point is anything is better than being hit directly by the storm. So I rather put
Yes.
some people in than like, have no one
So
in.
as we notice that, wait, the storm's like literally right over there.
Mm.
Why don't we
Um,
just put bubble here?
yeah, exactly.
I
We
wonder
stop
works
and
as
put
well.
the bubble up. That's the that's what happens once we realize that the storm is upon us.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Why are we using rope trick? I think bubble should be sufficient, right?
I was saying in
Um,
case no one has a
I
better
don't think
idea.
bubble can keep everyone.
Oh
Bubble has
yeah.
limit space or so.
Yes,
All right,
because
so
remember we have dogs and
True.
cart that we want
Wait,
to
why can't
protect
Tiny
also.
Heart? Will
Tiny
Tiny
Hut
Heart
is
get
9
affected?
That
creatures.
is...
Tiny Hut
yeah,
is 9. So
Yes.
9 plus 8, we get 17 creatures worth of
More than
space.
enough, right?
yeah, so between
No.
the two things we can probably save everything.
We have
Yeah.
9 doggos.
Mm-hmm.
I thought a Pokeball or something.
During
Yeah.
combat, this is not
Oh.
combat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, so let's count. Family 4 goes somewhere straight away. Uh doggos, how many doggos we have again?
Nine.
9 doggos.
9.
So
Uh
Can we...
I would put
the
all the doggos in the hut.
are the doggos are small, right? They're not medium sized.
They're small, yes.
Okay. So the doggos can chill in the hut with Sobesh Morgana +1,
Yeah,
and that's probably kind of comfy.
Why wouldn't
I'm
we
gonna
put the
say
family in the hut that's gonna last for longer and be safe for longer?
Um, because then we have the issue of putting the
Dog,
doggos up in the rope trick, which
yeah,
is
Doggo's
So,
rope trick needs you to climb up the rope.
yeah,
It's a
no, I,
frog.
I I get that, but is it not room for the both the family and the doggos? Is that not possible?
Rope trick only fits 8. Doggos, there's 9.
No, no, in the hut.
Hut only fits 9,
Morgana,
isn't it?
click on tiny hut.
click on Tiny Hut. Also, you have 1 minute to decide. The
Yeah,
Nine
yeah.
countdown
medium
Yeah,
is
we're
creatures.
happening.
definitely putting
Or smaller. Okay.
tiny hut and rope trick.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just figuring
9
out what
creatures of
goes where.
medium size or smaller.
Yeah. So I
The
thought we might get
So that's
more
10
smaller
total.
creatures in, but we won't, will we?
Yeah.
the wind is blowing and it's starting to become very painful on your exposed skin.
Okay, so
Uh,
do you have tiny hut prepared, Morgana?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Thank
you're
God.
gonna make use of the 1 minute casting time. We'll
Yep.
expend a slot for it, and then Valerius will rope trick it out, and
okay.
then while that's happening, I guess Farid can help start
Wendigo will
digging a
start
burrow.
digging a burrow with
Yeah,
Farid.
inside the tiny hut.
Farid looks at you and goes, sir, no offense, but the battle is not going to save us. We have to go to the wall. I'm
What?
pretty sure I can make it, but this battle is only for good days.
All right. Show
Today
me
is a
where.
bad day.
This is
Wendigo asks
bad.
Farid to give the lead, and he will just throw his back into helping.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think with you guys have the speed to get to the place because you
Yep.
guys are a lot faster than everyone.
Yep.
Valerius will toss you floaty so we have communication.
Okay. You have Floaty with you, clinging on to dear life to not get blown away.
You should
Um.
also prestige like one of their coats so they can have more warmth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And make it bright pink so we can see them.
Okay. For Farid and Wendigo, Farid is going to give the help action to anything you want to do. But because both of you are hitting there, I'm gonna need both of you to make me a dexterity saving throw 3 times to see how fast you make it there.
Okay. So does danger sense apply here?
No,
Advantage. No.
it does not.
Please hold, please hold. Before you guys go there, I'm gonna cast this on you guys so you move a bit faster.
To both of
Good
them?
idea.
Yes.
Okay. If you have long strider instead of 3, make it 2.
Okay. Thanks.
No props.
Mhm.
Okay. 18 and 14.
How does your long strider look, Valerius?
Valerius gives you shock absorbers which you mount to your shins. So when you run, there's less recoil from you hitting the ground very, very hard.
Here, put on these running shoes quickly.
They're what do you call those shoes? They're Air Jordans.
Yes.
Oh
Put
no.
on these Air Jordans.
Put on the New Balance.
The New Balance.
I'm a,
Um.
I'm a fine
Okay.
picture.
You see that Wendigo, you're doing fine. You're trudging through like it's no shit on you. You have done this before. You've been running alongside the dogs as well. So a little bit of wind, a little bit of hail is not going to dampen your resolve. But Farid is having a bit of a problem. He seems to slowly be pushed back. It's a little bit like watching people take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back.
Wendigo will just grab him as he runs and lift him up to go with him.
Okay. I will make me one more. Make me a strength check. A strength saving throw. Sorry.
Strength saving throw. If it's a one-time affair, he's gonna use a cold fury for it.
Okay.
So he will use the thing and strength. Okay.
Nice.
You see Farid just slowly move backwards with the wind, and you manage to grab him by the scruff and make a break for it towards the safety of the hollowed out wall. Eventually, you do make it. Farid unfortunately has suffered 1 point of exhaustion. You suffer no ill effects, and he slowly collapses onto the floor to regain his strength. Make me the rope trick you cannot see out of, you can only see down, right?
Correct.
Okay. Valerius, make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Shit.
Who wants to make a perception check in the hut?
16.
Wait, Valerius,
Oh.
are you up in the rope trick?
Yeah, I'm up in a rope tree.
Because
I
you
need to
can be down. We have enough space.
the thing is, if I need to recast it, I need to be there
Yeah,
so they
you-
don't just
yeah.
get dumped out into the wind.
Ah, I thought they get dumped down into the hut and we squish and then you
I
climb
think
back
I
up.
think if everybody gets dumped into the hut breaks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Does?
Does
I
it? I
think
don't think so.
so.
I think it just
Why?
doesn't really have the room for it
Yeah,
to.
we just have to squeeze uncomfortably
No,
for a while.
it says there.
All other
Where's the
creatures.
Does?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah, it
spell
does.
fails if its area includes a large creature of more than 9.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
so
not realize.
bad idea.
Okay,
It's
so
gonna
we
Bad
actually
idea.
have to
break.
climb in from not underneath the hut then.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, you can do a conga line, but you know,
We have to
How
like
high
we
up
have
does
to
the rope
not be
trick have to
underneath.
be?
minimum
It doesn't
10, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10
up to
up.
10.
Yeah, so you could just
at
like
least 10.
booster someone up, like.
You can definitely throw the dogs in if you feel like it.
The strong man isn't here, no. Strong man has left carrying other things.
Yeah, but also you should be able to just like booster someone up, like
Mhm.
like you know if you put your hands together and they can step in your hands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's definitely what.
Yeah.
But I'm sure everyone here, apart from Small Girl, can probably climb the rope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Probably.
say that everybody is safely in whatever it is they are.
Yep.
Valerius with a 16. You can't really tell whether the storm is gonna let out anytime soon. You have no frame of reference.
I can see down. Can I see into the tiny hut, or did Morgana just make it opaque?
Morgana,
Please don't make it opaque so I
what's
can
your tiny
communicate
hut
with
look
y'all.
like?
What does my tiny hut look like?
Yeah, is it see-through or have you put blinders on it?
I feel like even if it were see-through, the snow would just build up around it.
That is
if it's
true.
blizzarding.
Oh yeah, that is
I
true.
can see out even if it's opaque, right?
Yes, but the
Yes,
problem
but-
is you have a lot of
You
snow.
see snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a simple case of pushing the snow out of the way
Mm-hmm.
because the snow literally cannot enter the house.
Yep.
Okay, my well, I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody lost though. Mine's like a stone gray color.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can see it. Whoever is doing the dusting, I'm going to say that Sobesh is very. Is Sobesh in the hut or?
Yeah. So Besh is
Oh,
definitely in the hut.
okay,
In the hut with the
Sobesh.
dogs.
Sobesh is doing his job in making sure there is a window open, so to speak, because Morgana has to be the center of the hut or inside. So he's just every so often. Valerius, you see an arm, which you assume to be Sobesh, just push snow off the walls.
Okay. Once I see the arm, I'm gonna cast message.
Okay.
What do you whisper to Sobesh?
I just tell him to ask the party that, hey, I don't have any frame of reference on how long the storm's gonna be. Does any of you know how long it's gonna last? Because I think got 2 charges on this thing and max for 2 hours before this tiny
Yeah,
hole like
We're
gets
gonna
yeeted
we're
out.
gonna have to make it to the fucking cliff.
Yeah, we're gonna hope that we get to the eye of the storm or something, so that the eye actually passes over us.
Fucking storm. How often does it last less than 2 hours?
It depends
Also,
on how fast the wind is blowing.
DM, so Farid is trying to recover on the ground, right?
Yeah, he is exhausted. Thematically 1 point. But
Uh,
he's on the floor breathing. But he's also trying to make a fire at the same time, so it's slow going.
oh, he's making a fire now.
Yeah, he knows he sort of narrates to you because he feels bad that he's like exhausted. He goes, uh don't don't worry. As soon as we get the fire up, we can block this. The wind is not going to come through over here. And then he points to like the general direction of the walls, the cave
Can
itself.
snuggle
This
his
is a very
his
safe
footage.
enclave. I think it probably came from one of the wandering Yeti tribes or something. They do come around this way, but I think we will be safe for now. And then he's making a fire. I just need to get this
Okay.
fire up.
Uh, Wendigo will assist him with the fire and check
Okay.
and see whatever anything he can help to do.
Okay. You see him once the fire is built. It's not as calm as the one that you previously had. This is more of a slowly roaring fire. He wants it to be warm, and it is getting significantly warmer. And slowly, you also see him go to the side of the cave to build some kind of embankment with whatever stones and snow and sleet that he can get that doesn't involve him going out of the cave.
Wendigo will assist again with whatever he can do and take the risk if needed.
Okay. Make me a survival check with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13.
It is long going. You managed to make a decent embankment before Farid goes, I'm going to sit down for a while. I I haven't experienced a storm like this in a while. Usually it doesn't happen very often. Maybe once in 6 months. Winter might be near. You see him stare out into the space. The blizzard has pulled snow and sleet in front of you, and you can barely see anything. The howls, um, the strength of the wind sort of deafens you. So whatever speech that Farid is giving you about being tired and stuff was actually said above normal speaking voice to just try and catch you.
Wendigo will reach out for Farid in the snowstorm, and well, common sense dictates to pull him close and share warmth.
He does not object to this. Both of you are in front of the fire, bundled up as best you can, and you're watching. It's like watching a glaring white screen because the inside of the cave is illuminated by the soft, very hot glow of fire, whereas the outside is just stark white. If you weren't wearing your visors, you could be blind. Back at the other group, um, Sovesh replies. He goes, "Oh, I don't know if you can hear this, but uh, sure." And then he looks back at Morgana. Oh, Morgana. Apparently, Valerius doesn't have any vantage point to tell whether or not this is gonna let up.
Uh, He can say something back, right?
He said something back already, but you know.
Can I tell based on the speed at which the storm came? Like that will
Yes.
give me an idea of the wind speeds.
Make
Can I
me
tell how big the storm is?
make me a survival check with disadvantage.
Sir, this
Oh,
it's not really. Oh,
Oh,
that's
double
not bad.
16s. That's not bad.
Not bad.
Um,
That's not bad.
you think back of okay, tell me a story about why why you know the weather patterns in essentially, and I will give you a +4.
Why I would know the weather patterns?
Yeah. Why would
Um,
Bosk know this? Why would Bosk have survival information?
I think it would be less survival and more um nature because part of part of studying about foraging would indicate like okay, basic survival skills, how to navigate and survive in the wild. Although she would probably not have any experience in this because it's like, huh, Locklear, when am I ever gonna go out there? So, granted, she might not have paid much attention in class because her actual experience with fieldwork would be more on the other side of town.
Okay. You have some experiences of very damning storms, but not a snowstorm such as this.
Yeah,
Especially when you were in Chastain, trying to find a new home, a new clinic. There have been situations where you were caught out in an unfortunate place and you found a hole in a tree to camp out in. Um,
probably when going out with like adventurers, if they needed me for anything, be like, okay, I'll come up, help you identify these things.
okay, with +4 to that 16, you get a total of 20.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Um, you squint outside to catch a direction of the wind, and it takes you a while to catch a decent amount of data, essentially, amongst the spinning vortex of snow and sleet
I
to
probably
gauge a
have to
direction.
make a continuous window, but I can
Sobesh is
see
helping you with
close.
that. Every so often you see an arm pop out in front of you, just waving furiously in a circle. It kind of looks like the old people driving before they had blinkers on, where they stick out a hand and just turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on left or right.
Which direction turn? Is.
Um, the only reason I know this is because my mom told me, and that was
Huh,
a driving license test in
I see.
Canada or something. Um, Eventually you understand that the winds are slowly changing. When it hit you, it was fast enough to let you know that you get might the eye of the storm, maybe in 2 hours.
Huh. We need
Oh,
to move
jeez.
before then.
Um, I'll be like, okay, I need to. I'll be back. And then I head over to. I brave the storm to
Whoa,
walk
whoa, whoa,
out
whoa.
like 5 feet to
Oh.
underneath the rope trick to get Valerius's attention.
Valerius sees this and casts message. What's up?
I
Oh,
gesture for you to let down the fucking rope.
all right. Valerius, in his stupidity, drops
Okay,
the
okay.
rope.
Bosk, are you attached to anyone by rope?
Um, no.
Okay, make me, and this is to see if you fall flat on your face or not. Make me a strength saving throw.
Probably fall over. No, I don't,
Oh,
Hey!
in
oh,
fact, fall
nice.
over.
Very nice. Your conviction pulls you through. The rope comes down and you climb up quickly.
Okay.
Valerius pulls up the rope and closes the hatch. Is like, okay, what's up?
Okay. Good news and bad news. Good news,
Hmm.
we might experience the eye of the storm in 2 hours.
Okay.
That's not
Bad
good.
news,
We only
we
have two
also
hours.
might not.
Ah,
I give Valerius the percentage chance. What is the percentage chance? What's the over under of getting the eye of the storm?
you you think you're pretty accurate in guessing the 2 hour mark, even though you misjudged the landing of the storm to you by a few minutes.
Yes. Also, I
Um.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
let them know that, wind might change. I'll update you if there are any changes.
I
Yes.
Well,
see.
but
You're more worried about the wind changing direction, if
Yes.
anything.
Because if
but
that happens, then, everything might be wrong. We might not even get the eye of the storm. We might have to all run through the blizzard to Wendy and
it sounds like we have to do that anyways, right? If the eye of the storm lands here when we no longer have any rope trick, that's going to be an issue.
yes.
So we got to go now before it gets worse, right?
No, because if the eye of the storm gets to us, we
Then
will
we're
have
fucked.
nice calmness
Mhm.
because that's what the eye of the storm is.
Mhm. So imagine like being in a storm is a bit like you have a donut of pain where the
Right?
center is sort of calm. It can still be sort of rainy and windy in the center, but not as bad
Sure. And
as the
then
center.
and then the eye leaves and we have no cover.
Yes, yes. So
Oh yeah,
during
definitely.
during the small period of time when we get the calmness, some of us are going to have to leg it over to Wendy and
We, I think we all need to go because we're gonna need both a burrow and a hut over there, so we can. But we can't bank on maybe having an eye on the storm and how long that's gonna last us, right?
I shrug. How bad is the storm current?
It's pretty bad. You managed to get to the rope because Valerius
Yes.
put the rope near you. You
Yes,
could
and it was
barely have,
literally like a few steps out.
yeah, you have maybe 3 feet of visibility.
Uh,
I I shake my head. I don't like our chances if we try more. I
so
think
we
we
had
have
to.
to risk it.
Valerius
And
Though
sighs and is
that
like,
said, it's only gonna get worse until we get to the eye.
Valerius
and
nods
what
and
if
is
you're
like,
wrong?
wait, is good luck here
Then
with us?
I'm in the rope trick for sure. If we got 9 dogs down the bottom,
yeah,
there's not really room
Ah,
for
right,
anyone
right,
else
right,
Mhm.
there.
right,
Mhm.
yes, it's Sobesh, Morgana plus one, and Doggo.
right. Okay.
Um,
Valerius nods. Is like, okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna look through my bag of tricks and see if there's anything that we can use to navigate through the snow better.
I,
And
I have
Valerius,
I have exactly like I can find Wendy from here.
no, 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 not in the sense of looking through to where Wendy and Farid is. It's more of getting us actually
Yeah,
there.
getting us there. Yeah.
yes,
So,
and
How
they probably don't have enough space for all of us there, right?
just reminder that Floaty is with Wendy, so if you want
ah,
to hit
yes,
him up,
we
Yeah.
remember. Don't worry.
And can we communicate with Wendy that we need them to start digging a burrow because we're gonna have to make our way over there sooner or later.
At this
Mhm.
point, when Valerius notices that this conversation probably should include the rest of us, Valerius is gonna key up Floaty and tell him to broadcast what we're saying because this is important for Wendigo to hear.
Wendigo, you see again Floaty stop moving, land in front of you, and stay still. Just then, the crackling voice of Valerius comes through.
Hey, Wendigo, we have a bit of a problem. We have good news and bad news. Good news is the eye of the storm may reach us in about 2 hours. The bad news is it also may not reach us. We are devising some of a plan to get to your position, and we need you to hastily make us a shelter.
Well, first things first. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, are you guys all right?
Wendigo, make me a perception
Uh,
check with advantage.
Actually, is Valerius able to see
when
where
you
they are right now
23.
through Floaty?
No, you either have a telephone or you have video.
Okay, I'll have the video later then.
Okay. Wendigo, you you see that You see that Floaty is turning into a communications device. So you calm yourself down, you isolate the noise, and you tune in to Valerius's voice, and you catch every bit of that conversation. And you know that if you wanted to reply, you have to talk really loud.
I would
Cup
say
your hands over the
Wendigo is
floaty.
strangely calm considering all things. Like the blizzard feels more familiar to him than some other things, and
Mm-hmm.
he feels like the person that's most comfortable in this entire ordeal. Anyway, looks like there's attention needed, so he'll take Floaty and raise and try to growl a bit louder. Dig burrow for how many?
Valerius
Um,
does a mental calculation. How many people again?
we
Everyone
need
except for the dogs and Morgana.
I know, but that's how many people still.
Um,
Four plus the three of us, isn't it?
8,
So that's seven.
7.
Wait, what? Seven. Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
math.
plus Sobesh and Farid.
Oh yeah, right. So much for it. So nine. Jesus. Valerius replies like, "We need a shelter for 9 people." Acutely aware that he may not be able to hear us if I speak too softly.
Wendigo,
you
you know
have
for a
2 hours.
you know for a fact that this cave that you're in, this creature-made cave, can fit 15 people safely,
Oh,
comfortably.
cool.
You can roll around if you want.
Oh.
Oh, so there's
Oh, it
no
was
need to
it was
dig.
an existing cave. They didn't dig it out.
Oh, it was the Yeti place.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Yeti
So
cave.
it doesn't need to dig anything,
Just like
right?
No.
enough
Okay.
space
What you did with the what you did while helping Farid is to make an embankment, like a extra wall.
to
Mm.
cover the entrance.
Yeah, to cover the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay. Wendigo will communicate. Cave can fit all.
Valerius will
Right.
look over.
All. Hard to
Okay,
fly.
Excellent.
cool. Valerius will reply that we have a means of locating you, so don't worry. And I'm gonna look back over to Morgan, to Bosk and Goodlong and relay the information in case they didn't hear it. It's like, okay, there's a cave over there that can fit all of us very safely.
Just to be clear, your means of locating doesn't mean divination, right?
Oh wait,
It does, but I can do Farid or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just so you know that.
I
Completely
didn't
forgot about that
but
for a
yeah,
second. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
But I can do it
So
on Farid.
so now we have the choice of probable death, which is trying to move now, or either safety or certain death if we move later.
You hear throat being cleared. Craig, excuse me. If if we're braving the storm, can I leave my daughter in whatever that is?
Which is whatever that
The tiny
thing
hut.
down there. No, because that's gonna have to move too. Wait, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to move.
The hut? No, yeah, I suppose Morgana could stay there, but is
Yeah,
it that is if it's gonna be over in fucking 8 hours?
8 hours. Yeah. I
I
mean, she
mean,
can just recast the hut. That's not hard.
That's
yeah,
true. That's true. She can recast a hut. Actually, we don't need to move more than like half of us, I suppose.
I think Valerius would probably try to make it over.
Yeah.
Um,
Who
yes,
Because
else?
you can leave your daughter in the hut. That would
actually, we
increase the
can let
chances of
the
survival.
family can stay in the hut with Morgana. We can take the dogs and go.
Yeah,
Even leave them some of the dogs. We don't even need to take all of them.
Yeah,
Valerius is
true, true,
sitting
true.
here and doing the mental calculation. It's like, maybe I should stay because Floaty's over there, and once I head over there, we don't have a means of communicating with Morgana.
Yep.
I have sending.
Yeah.
You have
That's the
Yes,
one time.
that's a one-time thing. Yeah,
I think we're okay as long as like if the idea is for them to stay put until the storm's over anyway, we don't need to communicate.
I mean, yeah, that's a good
Uh,
point.
but also, you could probably stay with Morgana if Bella and Morgana and the family stay, so we can take Greg, take the
Yeah,
dogs over.
Yeah, we can like take some Sobesh, I think some dogs and Sobesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the
Oh
case, I'll
no,
remain
we
here
will be
then.
taking
Sounds
some
so
of
bad.
Some
Sobesh.
Sobesh.
So bad.
Oh no.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah. I,
Okay,
yeah.
so doing the math, the people who run over are
Yep.
Me and Gunlog,
Yes.
plus
Sobesh and
probably
some
like,
dogs.
yeah, Sobesh and a handful of doggos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
And we'll make sure to take the strongest dogs.
yes. And we can
S-
tie ourselves to the dogs. And
Yes.
you will take the leader dog so that the dogs follow you.
Yes. I think
Okay,
we
that
should be
sounds
tied
like
together as
that
well so
sounds
we
like a
don't
plan.
lose each other.
If that's the case, then are we gonna preemptively move before the 2 hours because we're banking on a chance they might be out of the storm, or are we heading like right now?
I think we got better. I mean, then we might as well take the chance and hope that we get the good clear weather. And if we do,
Mm,
we can take everyone.
I'm just looking through my spell list right now and see whether it's worth it to have an additional second level spell slot in case anything happens. Give me a second.
What are you gonna do with that second level spell slot?
Yeah, that's why I'm looking through to see if there's anything that could help us at this moment.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, screw it. That's
we can commit to second rope trick to try
Yeah,
to
I think
buy
we
us
should,
time.
and I have enhanced ability for
yeah,
us.
screw it. There's nothing good for me to use anyway.
I've got
So
enhanced ability, so I
what
can.
I'm gonna do is
I also have
return to
that.
the safety of the hut
Yep.
and keep watching the skies. And if things change and I feel like the eye of the storm is not in the cards, I will come back
Oh,
and we will have to run.
yeah.
Okay. This is
Okay, let me just double check the message cantrip.
yes.
Mostly to help you guys.
120 feet.
Okay, you don't need to see the person. You just need
Wait,
to
what?
point a finger in the direction.
Yeah, you just need to know where they are.
Yeah,
You don't need
Really?
line of sight.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hold on, let me. What?
Mostly to help you
You
because you
point a
don't
finger
need to see.
towards a creature within range and whisper a message. Target, only a target. Okay. Because I was confused, it says here like you point the finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. That kind of implies
Yes.
that I need to see the person, isn't it?
No, you
No
need to know where they
direction.
are.
If it says, if it implies that you can see, it will say the words that you
You
can
can
see.
see.
Okay, that's cool then.
So
Is
you need to know roughly where they are because you
Yeah.
need to point at them.
Yep.
okay,
So all
that's
this
But
cool.
you
time
don't
you
need
could
to
have
see
just
them.
pointed and be like, "Oh, talk to Sobesh.
Okay, thought I needed to see them.
Oh, talk
That
to
makes things much
Morgana."
better. I can talk to people through walls now if I wanted to.
Yes, you
Pretty
can,
much.
as long as you can point at them.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay. So what plan? Give me the TLDR.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the hut, um, and continue watching the skies.
Okay.
And
Make
if
me a
things,
strength saving throw to get back into the hut.
uh,
16.
that's
Very
good.
good. In you go.
I'm
Takes a while, but
strong.
instead of 2 steps, it's like 4 steps.
I probably
Actually,
just like
wait, hold on.
land on the ground and then like dive in hut direction.
Hold on.
Pretty much.
Before boss leaves, I'm gonna give boss a rope and tell him to anchor it into the hut, so or outside the hut, so the family and me have a way of getting into the bloody hut.
Okay, I do as told.
I'll give you the rope of climbing if that helps anything.
Yeah,
because said
that will help because it means that I can climb into the
yeah, quite literally.
Mm-hmm.
thing.
You do like a what was it, the flying fox thing, but instead of flying, you're gripping tightly. Okay, continue with the TLDR.
Okay, so from the hut, I will watch the skies, and if it looks like winds changing, things are bad, I will inform the friends that we are not waiting and we are leaving. If winds continue to be good, then I will tell the friends that eye of storm is coming, we can be safe and wait it out.
Okay. Make me
So I'm kind of trying to supplement the previous role with further observation.
yes. What was your previous roll of observation?
20 total.
16. 20 total. Um, make me a nature check with advantage 5 times.
20. That's a 24. That's a 26.
Ew.
And that's a 20.
Nice.
And one more.
Wow.
And it's a 24.
My
Nice.
Very
God.
nice. Okay.
What the hell?
Plus 10.
Every 10 to 15 minutes you look outside. Sobesh is furiously trying to um open the window for you, so to speak. The first time you look outside, you think the visibility given Sobesh's hand outside has gotten worse. It's
Okay,
now
that's good. That's good. We
1
want it
foot.
to become worse.
The second time you look outside, it's the same. The
Okay.
intensity may be worse, you're not sure.
Okay, okay, that's good.
This is
We
like
want
a
things
half
to
an
get
hour pass
worse.
by. The third time you look outside, an hourish has passed. It looks like it has alleviated. The winds are still strong. You can still see sleet pummel the side of the tiny hut. But it seems that Sobesh's hand seems clearer.
That is sus.
That is sus. The fourth time you look out, and this is up to you what you want to do with this information. Sobesh sticks his hand out, clears. It doesn't seem as if wind and sleet is pushing to refill the gap that he has made for you to look out of.
Okay,
It
I'm
also
going to.
looks less windy and a little bit more sunny.
Okay, so Besh, I'm gonna need a favor from you. I'm gonna need you to walk out, walk out of the hut. Keep your arms on that rope. I point at the rope that's anchoring down. Tell me how, and then come back and tell me how windy it is outside.
Oh, okay,
Go,
okay.
go, 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 go.
He holds on to the rope, wraps it thrice around his arm, and grips it as he very gingerly walks outside. He takes a step. You see the hood that he is wearing sort of flip onto his face, but not violently. He turns around to you and gives you a face of, "Hey, this isn't too bad." He takes
All
one
right,
step
we need to move.
backwards.
We need to move. I exit,
Uh
and
huh.
then I'm like, okay, is this really not bad?
Yeah, it looks. You think this is the eye?
Okay, I go out. I go
Dude.
to underneath the thingo, and Valerius, it's time.
Okay.
Move.
All right.
We have 10 minutes. Do we take everyone or do we leave half? We could just all go. We can still
I look
recast hut.
around. Can I see the side, the other side of the storm?
You can. It's
How
coming.
far away is it?
Do we
Okay,
think we can make it?
yeah.
You
Can
you
we
can
book it?
you have to book it.
Okay, we go.
Let's
We
go.
can we try
We,
bringing everyone.
we can always recast the hut at least.
Yep. Now that
All
we
right.
have less people, um, we can put family on the horses, on the sleds,
Goats.
and then the sleds can like run it down.
Yeah.
And then I guess myself and Valerius will leg it. Myself,
Okay.
Valerius, and
Yep.
I'm
Sobesh will
up
leg it.
front as well, I guess, running with the leader dog, because I know exactly which direction we need to go, because I will cast a locate creature on Farid.
Okay.
Okay. For good luck, since you're taking point, I need you to make me perception checks.
Yeah,
Give me
that's
2.
okay. Um,
You
I'm
know the
actually
direction.
going to, if I, wait, let me
Get
just check
Floaty to tell
something.
him that we're on our way.
Yep.
Enhance
Floaty,
abilities also fucking concentration, so no, I will not do enhance ability
we're
on myself,
moving.
but I will do
Uh,
perception.
Wendigo, you hear Floaty
17.
buzz up in front of you and turn to you and go, "They're on the way. They're
Wait, Gunla, are you on the are you
Uh,
on the sled or are you on the
I'm
ground?
taking point because I know exactly where we're going.
Okay, if that's the
He's
case, then I'm
leading the
gonna cast
doggos.
a long strider on you and Bosk. I
Yep.
have enhanced speed myself and I can double dash, so there's that.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
uh,
Um,
Wendigo will We'll check that Farid is okay and then move to the entrance and see what situation is outside.
Morgana and the family is on the dog sleds, right? And like booking
Yes.
with the dogs.
Like
Yeah.
if Wendigo can see, then he will act to direct people over.
Valerius at this point like grabs Gunla and shouts very urgently. I can get Floaty to start shooting above us so we can see like a trail to where they are if you need.
I've got it. I've got it pinned down. It's all good.
Valerius shrugs and is like, okay, I'm still gonna make him do it just in case. And I'm gonna
Sure.
get
Please
Valerius
don't
just
have
start.
Floaty start shooting in front of Wendigo.
I'll mo-
Or fucking so besh.
yeah,
He
I know.
comes in and people shooting.
I'll get him to tell Wendy that he's gonna start shooting to act as a beacon.
From what Wendigo can see outside, is his own direction sufficient?
Um, make me a perception check just to see how far you can see,
Okay,
roughly.
16.
16. The winds have died down. There's not much sleet flying towards your direction. But you think that there is still some visibility issues. You may or may not be able to see beyond 35 feet.
Ah, this is where I wish I had given Wendy one of the flares that I made.
I
Did
have a
Valerius?
smoke bomb.
That
I
will
did
not help you
make that
at all.
happen.
Yes, DM.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Um, did you give Wendigo a torch?
I did. I gave everyone a torch,
Okay, Wendigo. You have
With
an illumination
torch?
device,
a
The
flashlight.
flashlight.
When
a
was that?
flashlight, essentially.
I gave you this ages ago, back
Yeah.
when we were still in what's the place
Bef-
called Athlon
before
Minor.
we before we
Whoa.
Is it
I
one singular color?
It is yellow, like the
It's
torch color.
yellow, but yellow is better than complete white.
Yes.
You know what? Wendigo will do something else instead. He'll come out of the cave, stand on top of the embankment,
And
and
bellow.
tap back into some older heritage and make Yeti howl noises.
Okay, I'm gonna make
Wookie noise.
some
Let's go.
scare for the people that are not used to it.
Can we
Specifically,
insight if that we can tell that that's Wendy?
What if we're
you
confused and
can,
we think
yeah,
that's an actual Yeti?
yeah. That's the thing.
You know,
Okay.
I think at this
Oh,
point I
not
can
great.
just
Oh.
wait. Hold on. Can I just get Floaty to
You'll
tell me
hear
what
the
the fuck
echo
Wendy's
from
doing?
Floaty.
Yeah, just hear like
Feedback
transmitting
loop.
like. Roar. It's like, what the fuck?
You see your friends, including Sobesh, just immediately go inside themselves in fear.
We're like, wait, what's that?
Yeah, what is that sound?
It's a didgeridoo.
For the people that know Wendigo and his potential to maybe make this noise, make me an insight check for yourself.
18.
Okay, that's good enough. 21,
Oh.
that's very good.
I know
Valerius,
who Wendigo
oh,
Green.
is.
Dr. Bosk, you know the physiology of a bugbear. You know that is not a yeti.
That is a bugbear noise. That must be. That's Wendigo. He's telling us where he is.
Follow the noise.
To the
Follow the
sound.
noise. Okay,
I
I
feel like we just
need
look back at everyone with a big grin and be like, oh yeah, we got this.
for speed reasons, I need everybody who is not on the sled to make me one dexterity saving throw.
Let's do.
I'm good at this.
Very good. Very
We're
good.
I'm
good at this.
not.
One more. Oh,
Okay.
very good.
Yes.
We're good at this. We're good at this.
Within 10 minutes, you make your way into the cave. I'm assuming as soon as you reach the cave, the mouth of the cave, Wendigo scoops up some of you or helps usher the dogs in. The people who were previously afraid of the noise are told by all of you that that is indeed Wendigo. He does
Oh,
make
great.
that scary noise.
Wendigo does not touch anyone.
Okay, but does he pick up the doggos like a
Oh, the
suitcase?
doggos cannot pass over, is it? Then
Uh,
yeah, he'll help them over.
Yes,
You
because
help him
you
over
make
the
some kind of embankment.
Okay.
You lift
Alright.
the dogs like a backpack, like luggage. They are very
Everyone in.
confused by
Morgana,
this.
set up the hut in front of the
Yeah, just
front of
cover the
the
thing.
thingy.
The hut will definitely help in keeping the wind and the sleet and the snow outside and keep the heat
Yeah,
in.
that is the intention. Also, it's extra
Ba-da-da-dum.
space because I don't think we can fit the sleds and shit in if we
Pretty much.
want
If you want to
keep
keep the
them.
sleds in the hut, totally acceptable.
Yeah, I think that's like we might as well.
Yep.
Don't want to risk our supplies getting damaged or
Yep.
lost. The sleds getting damaged, that would be horrendous. Okay.
Time passes by. The semi good weather slowly turns back into a raging storm within 5 to 10 minutes.
Let me check on the family, see how they're feeling and how they're doing. It's like the first day and we're already like fucking fighting for our lives.
I suppose we prepare and cook food while inside here
Mm.
waiting.
Can do. The family, especially the mom, is comforting her daughter, especially because the daughter is still shook by that scary noise.
Are
Um,
we camping here for the night since we traveled for 6 hours first, right? And then
Yeah,
we're
I think
probably not going out again. In that case, I will,
we should.
instead of us using our rations, I will cast Create Food and Water and use one of the
Oh,
spell slots.
very good.
Ooh.
You know this will set you
Sweet.
back about a day.
We don't have much of a choice in the matter.
Yep.
What are
yeah.
we
No,
gonna do?
and we have enough food and water.
Mm-hmm. As you start to eat and eventually bed down, the howling winds continue.
Check to
You
see
don't
if
know.
Morgana's okay. She's been
Yeah.
on hut duty for a long time.
Just chilling
Hello,
alone.
Morgana, you good?
Yeah.
You have your book? Okay. Alright. Guess
Um,
you're fine.
So it's so boring.
it's so boring.
Mm,
But Morgana is very used to just chilling.
Vibing.
Does she eventually take out her the thing that she uses to cover her eyes when she goes to sleep? The eye mask.
are, are we going to sleep?
Eventually.
Yeah, we will be long resting here. I don't think it's safe to
Uh,
travel,
Mm-hmm.
I will.
especially when the winds are still
I
Eventually.
will eventually take it out.
Okay. Anybody taking watch?
Valerius will always be
I
on
think we
watch.
will take turns like keeping watch at the hut area.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like completely snowed over, in which case we're like whatever, we're fine.
Still,
It is
still take watch.
slowly snowing over. Like very slowly.
I just need 4 hours of sleep first. I can take watch
Yeah.
second. You know.
I have a bit of an
That's
idea,
all.
Sha. I'm not sure whether this will work or not.
Uh-huh.
What if Valerius pulls out like a metal tube and just stuck it through the hut like a spyglass?
Yeah, and then you can just wiggle it to shake the snow
Yeah.
off the.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, Valerius
Wiggle it.
pulls out some sort of metal tube and sticks it through the thing.
Yeah, and then you have to blow to push the snow off the like front
Yeah.
bit.
My question is, where did you get this metal tube and where have you been hiding it?
Valerius has a bag
Oh,
of
it's
holding
not.
with a bunch of
Just
tools to repair his armor and weapons, so not really too unsurprising to have a metal tube.
just
You just
deconstruct one of the flashlights. You're fine.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you randomly have a metal pipe,
Okay.
about 2 inches wide that you previously had used to help people in the slums to
Hmm.
like fix pipes and stuff. You just have it there.
Okay, cool.
Extra spare part.
Yeah.
Remind me to
Always
just grab
good.
more spare parts, yeah. Or
Always good
stuck
to
it
have spare
through
parts.
and just like, okay.
What I
Every
will
so
do is
often
I
you
will
can wiggle
pass
it.
Wendigo a red flare and a flare.
Can you pass one to Valerius as well? Considering he's the probably the one going to be scouting as well.
Yes, you will get. You will also get a red flare and a
Red
flare. Why not?
flare added. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
one red, one green.
Okay.
Um, if I have time in this
Oh,
cave,
you have
I
so
will
much time.
try to make more. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nice.
I
I want some
will.
flares as well at some point. They sound cool.
Yes, I will. I will endeavor to make.
The-
I will spend another 10 gold
Mm-hmm.
worth of crafting materials.
Okay.
Slowly go that.
2 inches wide.
I can't
I'll
remember
I'll
what.
make the same spread.
Yes.
Previously it was 2 gold each.
Did I make you do a
So
sleight of hand, or
I can't remember the check that I made exactly.
because you've done it a few times, I'm going to let you do it without a check, but it is going to take you an hour per, which you have plenty of time of.
Yeah, we're stuck in this
Yep.
little cave. This gives me something to do.
Yep.
So how was the family feeling?
They're huddled up in the corner, mostly coming out of a sort of shell shock from.
I'll go sit with them to make sure. Just
Okay, Helena is going to try and make small talk as well as Craig. The son Teg is trying to calm his sister down. Occasionally, Helena will also cuddle her.
The dogs will help, I'm sure.
The dogs are chill. Like they look
Having the dogs around is like, oh,
super
happy,
chill.
happy dog,
If
dog.
anybody has a speak with animals, they'll tell you they're 100% chill. This is normal. They're
You can
well
literally
trained,
bury the dogs in the snowfall and they'll just dig themselves out later.
pretty much. They're good doggos. And with that, we will continue next week
Hmm.
with
Hooray! Well
more
done,
travel.
guys.
Good
No
job.
casualties.
You didn't
Nobody died.
you didn't get all the exhaustion points that I was gonna make you get.
Ah, feels good, man.
It's okay to get one exhaustion if you're going to rest, but not more than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was gonna get pretty dangerous. Thank you everybody for watching. We will see you next week and selamat berpuasa.
okay, we're gone.
Thanks.